Hey guys, we are live on YouTube. How are you guys doing tonight? And I have a whole bunch of people in the chat room tonight. We have Brad Kalman, John Martin, AZ Froggy, Jack, and Magnified RC.
Yep.
Yep.
G'day,
Howdy.
g'day.
How are you guys doing?
Hello.
So we actually have two Aussies with us. So hopefully it's going to go good tonight.
Yeah.
And I keep
Yeah.
asking Jack about the lottery numbers because you guys are ahead of us. So theoretically, you would know the lottery number winners.
Doesn't
but
work like
Jack
that.
never tells me.
Time zones don't work like that. It's like I had people ask me, back when 24 was popular. Oh, you guys get 24 ahead of us, Sap. What's it like? What's happening? It's like Jack Bauer doesn't do anything different to what he does in the States. So how can I tell you something that hasn't happened yet? We get it the same time. Time zones are like that.
No, you don't get the same time. You get it 24 hours ahead of us.
No. If they're what they used to do was do a live cross.
No,
So if like BBC was sending it, they send it across at the time they're broadcasting it over in the States, and it would just appear like a midday here.
Yeah.
No, see, the thing is, if I want Test Lotto with those numbers, mate, you think I'm going to give them to you?
Well, that's it.
But
You think I'm going to
Jack,
give them to you, Tank?
I would share. I would share the wealth.
Share. How much did you give me, Tank? Tell me how much you give me.
I don't know, 10
probably-
bucks, 10, 20 bucks.
Yeah, that's exactly what I feel.
I'll keep the rest of the millions. Don't worry, but I will share.
Share the wealth, spread it around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least.
why not?
So
I want
unless-
to. Can I just quickly correct John for John Martin? John Martin, you were spot on with that comment, mate. And
Would you send me that thing?
yeah, you were spot on because it was. I think there was a couple of times that it actually rolled because it's not because it's top heavy. It's because it's just.
Oh, okay.
I had the angle of the hills and stuff, so yeah. So you were spot on because I looked at the raw footage and I actually flipped it a couple of times.
Like I said, I see this start to roll there, and then it
Yeah,
changed.
yeah. That's where I cut it. Yeah, I cut it there. Yeah, I cut that shot. Yeah, you're right, 100%.
Right.
I did reply to you and corrected. Yeah, sorry about that. Just wanted to give John kudos for that one. He paid attention.
Well, it's you either roll or you don't. That's it. All right.
I used to get way more views when I used to be, or viewers or people in the chat when I used to be on the other YouTube channel. So there's still people getting a notification, but on my other one I got over 3,000 subs, so I was getting more traffic. But now it's not bad. It's starting to pick up slowly.
You got 11 watching. That's not too bad.
Yep.
Well, that's it. I had to start my RC channel all over again because I was trying to run a multi-topic channel, and you had people sub up for the tech stuff, and then as soon as you did RC stuff, they all disappeared.
Yep.
So as soon as you do,
I made that mistake though, mate.
Yeah.
Tank would tell you I made that mistake a few years ago where I combined my guitar channel with my RC channel. That was a complete fail. That was a fail. I lost people.
One guy that's doing it right now seems to be okay is NetCruiser. NetCruiser RC is doing tech cars and RC. So
He's been doing it for a long time though.
Yeah, but that's just it. It's you get, when you do things like tech, gaming, and RC, you get some people who aren't interested in the gaming and they want you to do RC content. And then after you can't get the RC content out there with the whole thing that's going on with the world now, but you can do the gaming content and then you lose them. So that's why I had to separate them, because I love doing the RC stuff more, but there's a lot of people out there who are not into RC, and they just whinge and complain that, oh, you haven't done this in a while. Why don't you do this? And you haven't done that in a while. So now I've got the dedicated RC channel.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah, it's just going to be a slow process of exactly what you've had to do here. Is restart all over again.
Yep.
So, all right. So.
And what's John Martin's RC working on tonight?
I'm working on my new late model, and I decided to completely murder it out.
Oh, Did you take it all apart?
I have the chunks of it in pieces. I just putting parts back onto the black chassis.
Are you talking about your Sentin?
No, I'm not talking about the Sentin. Talking about a late model.
Wow.
Your background is acting up.
Yeah,
To show off stuff.
I know. I know. It's Zoom. But basically, I did a video just recently with my saltwater crawler. And what it is basically, it's an all plastic chassis. It's all plastic. There's no metal involved.
That looks weird with the motor on the side.
I know. The transmission is sideways. It's a 2-speed transmission. So there's low and high. Only runs off of, I think it's a 27-turn silver can.
That's a big motor. It looks like a drill motor.
No. So just a standard 540 with a fan on the back of it. So maybe a 550.
Okay.
But there is no metal involved whatsoever.
Oh, yeah?
None. So this thing can go into the ocean and I don't have to worry about rust.
Cool.
It's a HGP 404.
So unless you were living under a rock or wasn't following social media, people did not hear about the new truck that came out today.
You mean the Ryft?
The Ryft, yes. The Axial RBX10. What do you guys think about it?
Not a big fan of it. Not a big fan. I'm not into the whole open wheeler type vehicles. Yeah. I prefer them to be covered by a body. But if you're into rock bouncing, that thing looks like it's going to be a weapon. You do have to be careful that the servo looks like it's been mounted in a holder. So you're kind of restricted to where you can actually put the servo on the whole vehicle. It's the only thing I've noticed about it. It's like the actual servo is stuck on the axle in a holder.
There is a little niche that you put right into the axle, so you can't move it. You can't put it somewhere else.
That's it.
You can't change it to a different position or whatever, but it looks interesting. The axle looks very strong because everything on that truck is new.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's like they've taken the bomber and then just stepped it up a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, and it is not a bomber. The cage is actually smaller than the than the bomber, but the truck is bigger.
That rear shock is huge.
Yeah. So
looks more like 120 inches.
They've done a
120 inches is massive.
No,
I think
sorry,
120 millimeters.
Yeah, 120 millimeters. That's what I meant.
Yeah. It's going to say 120 inches. Geez, you can park a flat screen under it.
So, yeah. When it stands, you got about 3 inches here of room.
Ground clearance.
3.5 inches of ground clearance, which is awesome for
but those tires.
Yeah.
You know, those tires look very generic.
6-inch tires, 2.2s, friggin' massive. So they do have a nice video. I'm not going to show the video on here, but they've done a good job. I like the orange one just simply because it's going to show better on camera.
The black one looks a little bit too stealthy.
Yeah, it does. This is going to look good on camera, and the battery actually fits right in the front here, which is kind of cool.
And I wonder how many people are going to pull that thing off, pull all the decals off it, and repaint it bright red.
True, and they are making a kit version of this. It's not available right now. I did get the manual though for the kit version, so we'll have a quick look at that, especially the way it's all built inside. We'll have a quick look at that.
What's it going for?
It's going for $499 US.
Oh, so $1,000 here. Great.
Yeah, $1,000 here.
So Spectrum 2200 kV, it comes with it, and the Spectrum Firma, and this is actually a 4S system. So this thing is going to take a lot of power.
Yike.
And here's where the battery goes in the front.
Front mount. Okay.
The hood opens up and you put the batteries in the front like that. All the weight is in front, depending on the battery you put.
XD60 connection by the looks of it too.
Yep.
Yeah, the smart connector.
That's the smart connection. It's AC5, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Now this is all die cast metal, so it makes it nice and heavy, and plus it's screwed from the back, so it's going to make everything nice and tight for the gears inside here.
Probably easy to service too.
Yep. Talk about the tires. Here's those big long shocks at the back.
12 millimeter bore.
12 millimeter bore. Yeah. I was just about to say that. And oh, the output shafts are actually 6 mil. This is very interesting. So these dry shafts are a little bit bigger, and it's actually 6 millimeter output shaft.
Wow.
So that's very interesting. And also, these are actually 8 millimeter. They're not 7 millimeter. So the wrench that you have for your trucks, well, they won't work on here. You need a bigger wrench.
Oh, they'd probably ship it with it, which would be
Nope.
good.
Nope, they don't.
No?
No wrench.
No
tools.
wrench?
No
Ah,
tools with it.
that's it. Immediately knock $100 off the price for that. No tool included.
No tool.
Oh, that's not fair.
So this is, to me, it's pretty good. Oh, there's everybody in the chat now.
G'day, Kevin. G'day, Sean. How you doing, man?
Sorry if I'm leaning out of screen. It's
That's
just
your
I got
boy.
to read it on my other monitor.
Cool. Four-wheel steering. There's no four-wheel steering yet because the rear axle, well, you could buy a new axle and actually put this axle in the rear, the way it's actually built. But right now there's nothing. Oh,
Doesn't come with it.
Yeah, how are they going to
You
make
can't.
that possible? You'd have to buy
You
a whole new
can't.
casing, right? Because the servo is mounted right in.
Yeah, but you can't do it.
Hello, Tony.
You can't do four-wheel
Hey.
steering because if you notice here, the pumpkin here is on this side
It's off center.
and this one is on the same side. So if I
Mm,
took this front axle and put it in
And
the rear,
flipped it.
it would be off. It would be off to this side.
mm.
Do you think that whole cage piece just that servo just screws down to the top like that brace does?
No,
Yeah, you
it's
can just put it
it's
over
it's
it.
an actual molded.
It's
It's all
integrated.
molded into it.
It's all integrated.
That's dumb design right there.
It's all molded into it.
Why would they do
201
that?
ounce servo by the looks of it.
And if you look at the
I don't
bottom of it, the dry shaft is on the same side, and it's completely on this side of the truck. So if you move the axle on this side, it would give it really a big angle here to go
Yeah,
on
you-
to that.
Man,
side.
that's so
Line it up.
limiting.
Yep.
I just put AR60s under it.
Mm,
Oh, yeah.
probably.
What a great entrance, Tony. Absolute brilliant, mate.
I've seen cars with
Great
shaft
entrance.
shafts on
Great
one side
entrance,
like that.
Tony.
Yeah, the Wraith, I believe, is like that. It's actually offset, but it's offset on the other side. This one they offset both. Maybe they'll come with a different different one that's actually on the left instead of the right. Don't know. But
The only thing I like about that setup right there is for twisting and possibly breaking the case on the servo.
Yeah.
That would help reduce that. But for making like a four-wheel steering or anything else like that, yeah, it's a stupid design.
I don't really like it at all because where they've got the top mount for the suspension is attached to that casing.
Yeah, there's a
Right.
lot of this, and there's not. I don't know. Maybe they've tested it to the nth degree, but that just seems like a break point.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Everyone was
point as far
looking
as I
for
can
this
tell.
today is the manual for the kit version, which gives you a breakdown of all the parts. And I actually have it, and I'll put it together. I actually found it on the web. So we're going to go through this real quick, especially on the diffs. This truck actually has a center diff. To me, I think that's the first time that a crawler or a rock racer has a center diff.
Interesting.
So here's the
Possible.
gear for the center diff, and everything is metal in there, which is very interesting.
Well, you want it to be
Durability.
if it's running on. That's what you want it to be if it's running on 4S.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, that. Ugh, I don't. That's a weird looking.
well, that's the way that
set
most
up.
of the
Yeah.
Axial.
That's a standard deal.
Gosh, no wonder I haven't gone with Axial for a couple of years then.
Yeah.
So that's the way they do it, and it's
Mm.
basically the
Same-
same. Looks like the same cup for the front and the center also.
Yeah. I mean, that slider gear setup is the same they do on Tamiya's, on all sorts of different brands. I've
Yeah.
seen stuff like that
Tamiya,
for all
not
their low seats.
Tamaya. Yeesh.
Tamiya. Everybody names it differently. Tamiya.
Well, I
Tamiya.
actually checked it out. I went and had a look at Tamiya, the 2020 Tamiya Championship, and all the like the announcers were all going, Tamiya. And I'm like, oh, so that's how you pronounce it. It is Tamiya.
Me, yeah. Yep.
Tamiya.
So you
Welcome
see-
to Tamiya Racing Championship. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's Tamiya. Cool.
So there's two of these and one of these for the center diff. So that's pretty, to me, it's pretty interesting. Now here's a locker for the rear.
Mia's pretty interesting.
No, the locker's interesting.
Sorry.
Yeah, I thought I said that too.
Dad joke.
Yeah, right. So there is a locker.
You know what's a joke, Tony? That you read in stream.
What I find weird in your instruction,
Wow.
it does tell you that you have to do this twice.
Joking.
But look at the weight of the oil.
Yes.
Yeah, million.
A
You can
million.
put up to 1 million oil in the center diff or in the front, depending on
A
how you want.
million weight. That's like what? Tar?
Mhm.
Well,
Still
they want it to
differential.
almost be not like having a center diff,
Yeah.
but they want that little slip because when you're just crunching it on the rocks and your full throttle just through it all, it's going to save the transmission.
Mhm.
Or a better way for
Yeah.
Sean to understand it, like peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, well, it's probably because you can put a 4S through it. That's why.
Hey.
So
righto.
looks like this is optional to lock your rear, which is good because some people, I think the ready to run comes unlocked all the way through, but you can actually lock it.
Put the locker in it.
Put a
Yeah.
locker.
Oh, so you can lock it, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so you can lock it. So if you want to
Ah.
do actual rock crawling with it, you can lock your diff up, drive it slower. Because I can imagine if you've got a locked diff and you're full on bouncing it, it's
Yeah,
gonna
some
cause
people
damage.
were asking for, can I enable and disable the diffs as we go, just like on the TRX4? Well, no, you can't. Not on this one.
Nope. Nope.
So it's a heck of a lot more money to make it go
Skip
that
this section if using gear differentials.
way. So here's your axle that's all pre-molded.
Yeah.
To me, that's pretty interesting. It's going to make everything stronger. It's like the Wraith had
Really?
issues that it was breaking. Yeah, this is going to make it stronger.
With the top link part's going to be strong on that flimsy little thin piece of plastic.
That's not a
Versus on
thin
the
piece.
really-
That's pretty thick plastic there.
Not like it
Oh,
used to be. I mean, they had that whole molded piece that would go up there that was solid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
before, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the link mount, but the way
Yeah.
it covers the servo, that can help strengthen that area for that and keep the case for the servo getting broken.
Well, I don't know how thick this piece
Mm.
is going to be, especially at the other end. It's probably like going to be like on an angle. So, like
Yeah,
you
see
can
that-
see here,
yeah.
there's filler. So,
Yeah, the back side of it, man.
yeah, the
Well,
backside
no, because the servo's got to come out it.
all the way, it's probably like an L shape. So it's probably going to be nice and strong.
Yeah, but the servo, do they mount it from the front or do you push the servo? It's got to go
It looks
in
like
through
the front. It looks
Looks
like
like
Yeah.
it, yeah.
from
gotta
the
go.
pictures that I saw.
Yeah, it's got to go in from the front, so the rest of the servo hangs out the back. Hmm.
So we have a
Yeah.
bearing
Ooh,
inside here,
T-hubs.
other bigger bearings here. And this was what Josh was talking about today, saying that these screw goes all the way through and they have nuts here at the bottom.
Ooh. Okay.
So is it good? Is it going to weaken this part? Is it going to, because the screws are going all the way through?
Don't know. Don't know.
Don't know.
It's like that slides across and then clamps down, maybe.
Yeah.
Not sure.
It all
They
depends.
do have Tony's favorite part here. They do have a little
I
hinge-
like the captured kingpins.
yeah, the hinge pin. They have a little 14 millimeter pin, and then you put this screw that actually captures it.
On the top. I don't know why Losi didn't do theirs that way.
See, like this guy here. You put the pin,
Yeah.
and then you put the screw, and the screw head actually holds the pin. Well, how did Losi do it? They don't have that?
They did a cap. They have a kingpin or a hinge pin that has a flat top on it, like a nail would have,
Okay.
and that just sits flat. And then on the actual kingpin, it indents in a little bit, and the screw comes in from the side, and it's supposed to sit inside that indentation to keep it from rising up.
Okay.
But it's not, and it's coming right out. If you capture it from the top, that just seems way easier to hold it in. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
the side, I just don't get it.
Crazy.
Did I just see
Dean.
Jake pop up in the chat for like 2 seconds?
Huh?
Who popped up
What's
in the
that?
chat?
I thought Jake popped up in the chat. Troll Critter.
Jake?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's there.
Joe Critter's there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I'm just like, did I just see that? Yep. I'm like, what? Zoom.
Is a pretty quiet guy. He doesn't say much.
Yeah. Howdy.
Okay. So
But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be one of
Hey,
those
Jeff.
things that until someone actually does a full-on bash review on it, you're not going to know how it's going to stand up.
true. That's true. Until people get their hand on it and start
Those,
bashing it.
can you show those wheels again?
The wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can.
That's I'm sorry if you're going to continue with this bit here, but
I would like to know.
I'm looking at those wheels, and they remind me of the Yeti wheels.
Yeah.
I would like to know what Jake's opinion is of this.
Well, Jake is online with us right now in the video.
Yeah, I know.
These are kind of cut, and that's what.
They remind me of the Yeti wheels
Yeah, a little
for
bit.
some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, they've used those wheels on other vehicles before.
Well, you're not going to spend, your $1 million investing in new wheels when you've got plenty and, you've already done the R&D on.
Yep. Now these, they are to capture your links and shocks. So again, going through there, so that kind of is a weak point for breakage. But there's going to be a lot of power. Where I think they might have issues is with these guys, with these link.
Those rod ends.
The rod ends, I think they're going to have issues. These are actually plastic. I thought they were metal, but I looked online and they do have exchange parts to exchange it, and they are plastic.
Well, plastic will bend and
it
plastic
will, but
warp instead of break.
It's so small. When it's on this link, when you watch it, it's compared to the tracks, it's like this is very small here.
Yeah,
so you reckon what 3 mil?
Yeah, so I'm thinking it might become an issue here with the torque that you're going to put on this.
Link doesn't really give you dimensions.
Yeah, great that they put this so you can actually hold it now. Before you couldn't hold it with a wrench or something. But just because they went so small at this part, you don't get a lot of thread. Then it's not a thread, but thick.
Yeah, you don't get much of a throat on the thing.
M3, so there's an M3 bolt, so you would assume that would be a 3 mil thread on the link.
Maybe it should be 4 mil.
So here's your servo that mounts from the front.
So it does go in through the front. Still, you can't restrict the size of the servo.
On the rod ends, they could have gone with the same thread size. That size isn't a big deal, but they could have made the link itself like a couple millimeters shorter to give a little more bite into the rod end itself.
Yeah. And here's a servo saver, which is a typical 3-spring setup, which are pretty good. They're those
23 spline. Okay,
pretty good. Yeah, 23 spline.
So it's definitely not a Futaba servo mount. That's for sure.
Well, it's 23. That's
they'll probably have other options in it.
Yeah, you probably have the other options here. This has other options. They probably have the different.
That's a 4-piece
piece that goes onto here for the spline. Oh no, it says for servos with 23 spline output shaft only.
So that's a JR, I think, a 23.
Yeah. So people are going to have to be careful on that part, because some people have their own preferred servo.
Yeah, well, I've got 25 turn on absolutely everything.
Okay.
Yep.
So do I think.
So you have to have a different either servo saver ready to go or.
Yeah. Now here's the rear axle. Rear axle is kind of interesting because it's thicker here. It's bigger. And the way it actually holds, it's going to be really neat, because I was viewing this earlier. And here's your cap that actually goes on it, and then it actually captures everything.
M3 screws. Yep. All right.
But here's what captures your axle, which is an insert that actually goes into here.
And then screws in.
Yeah. That's going to make it nice and strong, I think. And the shafts are very big. These shafts are big. That's what she said.
Kind of a refined version of what they did on the old original AX10 Scorpion. It was a capture deal like that.
Yeah. So again, you have the, so here's a rod. To me, why did they go so small here? They should have stayed maybe the same size all the way through. I don't know.
That's
M6.
M6, so that's a decent size.
That's a decent size.
Yeah, but they could have gone for the thread length. They could have gone a little bit deeper on that
And make
just gone a
this
little
longer.
deeper on the rod end.
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
This I like that they're coming out with these two metal plates on it right off the get-go, because that was a big issue with plastic. Yeah, plastic is good when it's new, but after a while it does bend, it bends, and then it kind of remembers a little bit.
Yeah, it gets memory.
Like the Yeti, all the links for the Yeti, that was a bad thing. Not the Yeti, the Wraith. Like those friggin' links were getting crooked all the time.
Yeah, well, that's what RC Spark said. That's one of the first things he's going to have to change because they are plastic.
Oh, so the ready to run are plastic?
Yeah.
Okay, this is probably the kit version, and the kit version will come with metal plates.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's an option.
Yeah, he said he can see people saying that'll be the first thing they changed. He's still going to wait to run it to see how his does.
Okay.
And the run video, man, the torque twist is insane.
Yeah, I saw that. The run video was awesome.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, it was a really good video.
Brad, how are you?
So here's the transmission, which looks pretty beefy and pretty good. Mind you, it is a 2-speed. You can see it on top here, the 2-speed. And here's the center diff, which is on the bottom. And that's why the case is so big on the bottom on both sides, is that to accommodate the
oh crap,
the diff. No, not here. Track flies. So
Hey Sean, how you doing, bro?
Trying to go down and get the diffs. So it actually showed earlier where the shifting was, and I guess this is when you don't have shifting.
Better.
Yeah, got the single speed and 2-speed available.
Yeah.
Does anybody know how many ball bearings goes in this thing?
Nope, there's a lot. But no, I don't know how many bearings there is.
5 by 11 by 4 mil should be easy to track down.
But the plate here is a cast iron plate for the motor mount, which is kind of cool. It's nice and thick and heavy. So there's a lot of metal on this. Even the spur gear is metal, which is nice.
It's just going to be a pain to try and service.
They want you to be throwing a lot of power at it.
Yeah.
4S. I mean, you got to have something that's going to hold up to the riggers.
Swampers RC's RC driver broke his front axle housing.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Heavy. So, yeah, go ahead. If you want. I like the fact that they've gone and done some finishes like this on the cover for it.
Yeah.
It puts some realism into the truck.
And the Axial logo right over the top.
Yeah.
Also doing the webbing like that does give extra strength as well. So
yeah.
Because the first I heard of it was Tony's Facebook conspiracy post.
Oh, yeah?
And then after that, then everything just was like popping out everywhere.
Well,
I'll be honest, I woke up, I saw Tony's post and Medic's video at the same time. So
oh, yeah.
Oh, Medic had his video out the day before.
Did he?
Everybody else?
No, today when I woke up today, that's the first thing I saw.
Did
I've been out of it
get
for the
the
past
orange one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who got the orange one?
Medic.
Okay. Everybody else got black.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the one because he has the one he pre-built before, red. So he wanted to try and match.
Yeah, he had Tango, so he wants something to go along with that.
So here's where the shifting servo goes. It's a micro, which
it looks
SX107. I like that it's a micro, but it does become an issue. Those micros servo are finicky.
Yeah, if you don't send the endpoints on those right. Oof.
Yeah, you burn them away. Like they're very finicky. So you do have to be careful. But at least it's concealed and everything is so tight on here. It's kind of cool. Once everything.
I like the look of what they're doing. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you even get details on the brushless motor they put on the as a suggestion.
Yeah, well, that's the one that comes with the ready to run. Oh no, ready to run is actually a 22. This is a 31.
Yeah.
That one's
People are
gonna
gonna
be fast.
People are going to be putting 42s in there.
So let's keep going.
Yeah, that's probably just a cut and paste, copy and paste motor. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably.
This is neat the way they've gone and put the ESC right onto the transmission, because like that, when you drop the motor, it's all becomes in one piece, makes it way easier for servicing.
Oh yeah.
Makes it nice and neat, makes it all the cables short, like to go from here to the ESC, nice and short.
All power.
Added weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it centralizes weight and all.
And the bottom skid plate looks like they've like hollowed out a lot of areas to save weight but not lose strength. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks. I thought it was aluminum.
No, it's
No.
plastic.
No, it's all plastic.
They do have 6 linkage point at the back and 5 at the front, which is kind of interesting to tweak, and depending on the length of shocks you put in, like there's a lot of flexibility on tuning this truck.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then there's a shock. Nobody wants to see the shock.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
they're
hey.
shocking.
Very big boat.
Absolutely
big
shocking.
shock, so.
One good thing is they do have the 2 O-rings on the bottom, which is a good thing.
The long-standing deal for the larger axial shocks.
Yeah.
Look at the body. It's so long. It's almost probably as long as the shaft itself.
Yeah, I want to see what they have for in the cap. What they have to do they have a bleeder cap, or do they have not a bleeder but a
Vent.
yeah,
That looked like it back there.
they do have the little rubber pieces here.
Pump stop type deal.
Yeah, bump stop. Yeah, that's what it's bump stop.
Dampers.
Here we go.
They do have a hole here.
Got a bleeder.
Good.
About time.
Makes it so easier to fill the shocks. Yeah, here's the bleeder.
Yep.
So I like that they've gone this way now with the shocks, and a lot of manufacturers are starting to do this, and it makes sense. You make such better shock and nicer shocks doing it this way. And then you have the servo, and then you have the cage. The cage is kind of interesting in the sense that it all is almost one piece on the side. So the whole thing is one piece on the side.
Well, it's probably the thing that's going to get broken the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also looks, if you just do one small section, you can still keep running it for a while if you don't have the chance to get a new one right away.
That's it.
So it's pretty interesting that they've got this. I'll try to put the link to this manual into the description, and the not the comments, but the description of this video. I'll try to put the link of where I found this PDF, because it's pretty hard to find. You can't find it anywhere.
It's definitely going to need that roll cage with that much power, because it's going to be flipping a lot.
And
I sure boys wondering if it comes with a. I sure boys wondering if it comes with a
drag brake.
drag brake.
Yeah, I'd say it probably has it available on the ESC in the programming section.
Yeah, that would your drag brake would actually comes from the ESC. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it would come and started installed on. Not much if it is.
No, it'd probably be
You're
you could
racing
probably
with the
program
rock
it.
racer.
Yeah, rock racers usually have very low drag brake because you don't want it to slow down.
Unless you have the first gear in there, and then you want to crawl, then you're going to want it.
So here's what the sway bar is going to look like.
Front and rear.
Right now it's only the rear. I only see the rear.
Optional sway bar.
But then again, it is a rock bouncer, so
yeah,
you know.
And what's your thought about the little weight compartment there that looks like the fuel cell on the back?
Yeah, that's interesting for the back, because it's there just for beauty, and there's nothing in it. Your receiver actually goes under the front, but here at the back, what do you put? You could put weight. You could put different things.
It said right in there on Aaron's unboxing that's what that's for.
Oh, cool.
You put weight in there, open it up and
He
put weight in
weight
it.
in there. Yeah.
That
When he
makes
opened his
sense.
box, it was dropped
Batteries in the
down.
front.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so that's what like my Komodo's out in the car. Like that's what Jamie had done with a GSO2.
Okay.
They put an empty box right in underneath the chassis, so you can actually put weight right in under there too. Like,
Cool.
Now, did I hear that these are wider than the Ryft axles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He put his Aaron put this thing next to his LMT, and it is quite big. It is not that far off in the size. from the
yeah, I think
LMT.
it's 12 inches wide by 15 inches,
That thing should have
Long or
good
something
distance.
or 15
Probably
and
the
a half.
opposite. It's probably 15 wide, because the LMT is pretty wide.
It would
Yeah,
be
no, I
cool
think
to
13
s-
long.
I think when Harley measured it today, I think he said it's 12 wide and 15 and a half long.
Yeah, so
That's
we-
pretty wide.
At least it's got, that means they'll give them stability to it if they need the width.
Yep.
No, I think you're right. I had the numbers backwards.
Now, it would be cool seeing that truck with monster tires.
That could be just an instant
Of the
monster truck.
LMT would be really neat, but won't perform very good on the rocks. But it would be cool to see.
Get it across the top of water.
Yeah. Good mud truck with those on it.
Yeah,
Mud
Change it
buggy.
from a rock bouncer to a
it'd be
Formula
cool to
Rock
see
road.
a monster truck in real life come with that kind of look to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Change it up. Just show the cage. Have it look like a rock crawler.
But then it would be lighter than most monster trucks. It would just show the cage.
Not much.
Not by much.
They have a big
not with the
cage underneath
fiberglass.
it too.
Yeah, not with the fiberglass Kevlar bodies. They don't weigh a whole lot.
Yeah. And that has more bracing.
Yeah.
Swampers RC says 15.5 wheelbase.
Okay.
Yike.
Yeah,
Joke.
Oh, Tony, what are you playing with?
What?
It's a cloudbuster.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I thought he was being a dentist because he had a
Tamiya. I got a Tamiya right here.
Yeah, it's a Tamaya.
Tamiya.
Tamaya,
Yeah.
Tamaya, tomato.
I
I'm
will
with
send
him.
you the
I
link.
think everybody says it wrong if you don't say it Tamiya.
So
I'll
I
send
asked
you the
Tony
link
the other day
if I
if
have
I
to.
should get. I asked Tony the other day if I should get a clodbuster, and he said, "What did you say, Tony?"
All day long.
Yeah, he says it's one of his favorite to play with is the clodbuster.
I have
It's
a
the
whole lot of
original
parts
monster
though.
truck.
You have a whole lot of parts.
And it could have stratospheric, hop ups.
This is my
Stratosphere.
parts bin.
Yike.
Axles, carrier hubs, all different kinds of plastic pieces. The links. That's what I'm replacing right now. Is one of these black links because they're plastic and they hold the shocks. So I
Okay.
feel like I'm frozen.
No, you're not.
No, you're good.
It is on my end. I just see myself reaching for the camera.
No, you're good on this
That
end.
looks like the stock chassis, just with just different shocks on it.
It is. It is stock chassis, different shocks, stock motors, J Concepts Firestorm wheels on Tributes.
There's
But
two things
stock-
I'd like to get: a mud truck, and a monster truck. So those are two things. Well, maybe three: a puller, a truck that's actually an RC puller. That'd be cool. Man, there's too many things I want to get. I got to stop talking about
There's
it.
so many variations of RC like there is cars in the world.
Yeah.
Well, you can have the one truck. You just have to adapt it for each sport.
I'd say just pull with regular crawlers. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to try this year. I did buy a sled. I'm gonna during some events. I'll try to include that into the event pulling. So
Yeah,
Yeah, we've
see
done
that-
Smoke some
trucking here
motors, man.
before.
right.
I see Tony changed the shaft setup. It's kind of in a V instead of up and down upright completely.
Yeah,
EV
it's
side,
mimicking
yes.
a Bigfoot. But yeah, I would smoke some motors, tank. Get the
We've
crawlers
done the-
going with the regular trucks and start smoking some motors.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some Tony shirts about the smoking the mortar thing there,
Yeah.
and give that to the winner. Buy a shirt and keep it for the winner.
There you go. I have stickers too, so that'd be easier.
Yeah, maybe I should
Yeah.
send you my address so you can send me stickers.
There you go. I have your address.
You know, you remember that truck I showed you, the Aragon or Arago? You know, you could put the same monster truck tires on it from the Cloud on it, and it has a full metal chassis, believe it or not.
Oh yeah. Hey Brendan, how you doing? He's in the chat.
But I would
we've done
imagine. Yep,
Brandon
go for it.
Timlin.
a bunch of the pulling here
On your mic.
numerous times.
Oh yeah,
You won
pulling events.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jack.
Brandon Timlin won RC Booters giveaway with the what's that thing, the snowplow.
Ninth custom one.
Yeah, he won.
Oh, yeah?
Brandon Timlin won
That thing looks amazing.
it. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
No, I've got parts coming in for my little Tamiya, my CC01. I'm rebuilding the entire back end on it. Just gotta wait for it
You
to
see the
arrive.
CC01 I'm getting? Or I got?
Did you get a metal rear axle on it?
No, I'm keeping it plastic due to the fact that I'm going to be running it in terrain that is not exactly favorable to metal parts.
Yeah. I know that has a lot of hop-up parts too, as well.
Yeah, but the one I've got at the moment, I put an extra speed lower link on it, and it restricts the articulation. So I'm putting a whole new back end onto the CC01 just to get it a little bit more articulation on the rear end.
I've seen some articulation and they've actually heightened it where it has a lot of movement back there in the rear. I've also seen a ball steering system, ball bearing steering for it too.
Well, what I've done with mine is with your rear suspension link on the CC01, you get a pair of old shocks that you don't care about, and you place them right through the top of the chassis, remount the lower ball joint, and then hook your shock to that. So your whole rear end floats on a separate set of shocks. And it makes things so much easier. You know, when you go taking some of the harder trails with it, it allows that whole rear end just to basically drop down into the holes, and it changes how the CC01 performs. It takes it from being a good rig into a really capable rig.
Oh yeah.
It makes it more rock crawlable.
Well, no, it's more. See, the thing is that it's a trail truck.
Yeah.
But instead of you having to go around tree roots and things like that, it'll allow you to drive over them because the wheels won't be lifting off the ground anymore. So it's not really a rock crawler. It's more capable.
I said it was more capable of rock crawling better is what I said.
that. Yeah, a little bit.
CC01 is a good trail truck.
Oh,
but
yeah.
with good customization, it can become a not bad crawler, but you can't put that head to head versus an SCX10 3 or a TRX4 or a TRX6. There's no
the
way.
independent front is what lets it down in that respect.
Yes.
Your approach angles are also restricted by the tub, unless you go cutting the tub up. But don't want to do that.
Are you planning on getting a CC02?
I looked at it and just went, you know what? Now they look exactly the same as every other ladder frame, C-channel truck out there. So it's not like they're even.
And they've lost their IFS. It's not an IFS in the front.
Yeah, it's not IFS anymore.
People are pissed off. It goes, well, how can they call it a CC chassis when it's not IFS?
It's not cross country anymore. This is just it's like they've. So
no, get over themselves. Just get it.
G Greens RC says there's nothing like a good run with a bouncy clodbuster.
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
The video where Steve was taking it in the snow, that one was a pretty fun run.
G Greens is saying again, Tony, are you ever going to try a video with the clodbuster floating on water? Frank did it with the Summit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was right. Saw that video the other day. Came up on my feed.
I'd have to put floats inside the wheels
Oh yeah,
because it would not do it.
it would not
Well-
float. Oh no.
The
No.
6-wheel drive does. The 6-wheel drive 1/18 scale ones of Tamiya's does that.
I managed to make my TL01 float.
I had a
So-
TL01 touring car. I wish they'd revisit that chassis. That chassis was
I'd have to
actually
glue
pretty
the
good.
tires on, I guess.
Oh, your tires
Um,
are not glued on.
No.
Oh yeah, it might be an issue.
Yeah, I got mine to doggy paddle.
Oh yeah.
I
I
really
put-
liked my TL01.
I had the TL01 as
Take the
an
tires off, fill it with a pool noodle.
That's what I'm saying. Put them in the wheels.
You had a TL01B or just a touring car?
I had the TL01 touring car, and then I changed it into a monster truck by putting the bigger arms from the what do they call it? The twin dagger.
Uh,
Oh my
So I
God,
put the
Brad.
bigger arms on that. So I ended up taking it from being a touring car into a monster truck. But
a
the
twin
problem
motor
is,
one.
the gearing was so wrong; it kept blowing up the motors. So, yeah. And you don't get much gearing variation in a TL01. It's not like you can, gear it down.
I know that I had 3 different pinion sizes I could put in it.
Yeah, that's it. In the end, I ended up putting up an 80-turn motor into it just to stop it from blowing a motor up.
Wow.
So yeah, but it was a fun truck, and it, you would come to like a 6-foot deep puddle, just drive in, and it would just doggy paddle across, and then get out the other side. So it was the ultimate all-terrain vehicle.
When I had it, it was a Alfa Romeo 155, the Bosch one.
Yeah.
I put a 15-turn in it, and even stock with even the suspension on it and the top pinion, it did 27 miles an hour. And I know you can get it to go faster than that. You can get it to go faster than that if you put a different motor on it.
They were a fun chassis to race with in indoor racing too. You turn up to the race meet and everyone's got like X-rays and like team associateds, and I rock up with a TL01, and they're like, "You can't race that." Yeah, you can.
And you know what? And the drive shaft's thick.
Yeah.
It's solid through and through. And not many cars of theirs come that way anymore.
Nope.
With that
So
type of shaft.
We have a question.
Oop,
we have a
got
question in there, and like that is going to stop you guys from talking about Tamiya. I know
Tamiya.
Brad is just in heaven right now because he can chat with somebody that knows a little bit more about Tamiya.
Who's bouncing around like that?
I don't know. Somebody was
But
making
yeah.
noise. But RC Basher Boy says, here's a question for you guys. If you were in the market for an RC, would you pick the new Ryft or a Grave Digger LMT from Losi?
Neither.
Is he asking both us the question? Not everybody.
Yeah, he's asking us the question. If you were,
let's see. Let me. Wow, that's a toss up with me. That's a hard one.
A toss up, Grave Digger.
I'm probably leaning more towards the son of the digger.
Well, that wasn't an option.
yeah, that's not the option.
It's still an LMT.
I wouldn't go.
I'm playing the rules straight.
Personally.
Now, I've talked about that to Dave, a friend of mine, Dave, today, and to me, it probably would be the Ryft for the simple reason I probably use the Ryft more often than I would the monster truck.
I think it'd be more frustrating, honestly, looking at it, but
It might. But
you're gonna have to drop a whole lot more money into that to have fun with it than you are the LMT.
you think?
Oh yeah, have you seen that thing torque twist?
What battery would you run in?
I agree with that. If I had to get one of the
It's gonna
two,
be a
I'd go with the
handful.
LMT.
In a closed scenario like that, and I haven't watched any other videos other than the awesome Axial video. Hands down, awesome video. But those were very controlled scenarios where they're hitting the same thing over and over and over. They don't have to keep it in control. That thing could have crashed and rolled and tumbled 100 bajillion times after it landed, and you wouldn't know it because the way that it was shot. But I mean, I just think that I would have more fun. You don't have to have anything to make it fun with the monster truck. You can do wheelies. You can't do a wheelie with that other thing. You have to have terrain to drive it on.
mind you, it would be fun to see an LMT on my trails, like going down on my trails and going up the Sandy Hill and a couple of challenges I have. It would be cool to see it go through that.
All you need is a little bump somewhere to make the LMT fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need. A little something to make it jump off of, and you can go to town all day with it.
Mhm.
Have a blast.
Cool.
You though, Tank, I mean, you're a different scenario because
Yeah.
you've got a pretty awesome trail that you can just walk out in the back and run.
It all depends what you got and what your friend have also, because sometimes playing by yourself is not fun. It's better to play with somebody else.
Yeah.
Ever fun playing by yourself?
No, it's not fun
That's
playing
what
by
she
yourself.
said.
It's just like the other day, I took my tank out and I shot a quick video of it, and all of a sudden everybody's telling me in the area goes, "Oh, you have a tank? Oh, we have to have a battle in your trails." Now this summer, the big thing is everybody wants to come on my trail and have a battle with the tanks on my trail.
Yep.
So that's going to be interesting.
It really is about having other people with the same thing.
Yeah. It's just like Tony. He does a lot of competition in his area with Monster Truck, and that's why he's heavily into that, because there's a club around his area that actually does a lot of that. So
yeah, that's part of the reason why most of the RC in my area died, was because no one's interested in it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, when I moved to this area, there was an actual hobby store on the main street, and sold the last house, bought this house, went down the main street, and the guy was gone.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I moved to an area that had a hobby store, and now it's gone when I get here. Yeesh.
You didn't get there soon enough.
No, I didn't. But I actually went and visited another hobby store the other day, and the owner just said, no one builds RC anymore. No one. The whole scene has changed to RTR.
Yeah.
The whole scene's changed to RTR. People just want to charge a battery or dump nitro and just run it. They don't want to spend the time tuning and
Shoot, we don't
building.
even want to charge batteries anymore. We plug and play batteries nowadays.
Yeah, that's it.
Tony, once his batteries,
fun is building it though.
Yeah, you still get some people that loves building. I love building the truck. So
yeah, it's just it's like the
I prefer building.
The whole RC environment has changed to just plug and play.
Yeah,
you know, there's a difference between an RC enthusiast and an RC driver. An RC driver just wants to drive an RC. They don't want to build it.
Well, it's just like Jack. Jack is more of a driver and not a builder, and he's told it lots of time that that's what he does.
Yeah, there's a difference.
What about when it was planes, Jack? When you were flying plane, were you fixing your own plane? Were you building your own plane?
I put the kits together. Yeah.
Okay.
There's different story with the planes there.
It's very hard to get an RTR plane.
What do you mean it's very hard to get an RTR plane?
Like, you know, full size.
That's rubbish. That's rubbish.
No, you can still get ready.
No, I mean like the really big ones where you have to actually.
But it depends. Yeah, but it depends which ones you're going to get. But
yeah,
you can buy kits and then just put your own electronics and shit in them. But you can get a lot of RTR planes. But you're probably right on the bigger planes. Well, you're going to be paying money for those.
That's what I mean. It's like, you know, back then,
be paying money.
You know, if you had.
But for RC cars, I can't because my fingers are screwed, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can hardly hold the freaking screw in my finger. So
yeah, that's why
I can build one. No, I can't. I'll probably never build. I don't even buy anymore. What am I going to build?
Yeah, but that's just it. Most of the new RCs are all RTR. You know, very few. You know, they come out with a kit option, but when you add up the cost of the electronics to add to it, you know, the RTR is a better proposition.
Yeah, it's like getting a manual nowadays in a car. It's not that much cheaper because it's actually more work for them to make it manual.
Well, that's what's happened down under is all the new cars are all autos. If you want a manual, you'll have to wait 6 weeks while they actually find someone who knows how to put in a clutch.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole thing's just changed.
Computers are taking over the world.
Well, no, mobile phones are taking over the world. Computers are going by the wayside.
Yeah, well, computers in cars. So.
Oh, yeah, you know, used to be good. Get out there with a screwdriver, tune the carby, and that's it. You were done.
Yeah,
But
now
now,
you need to
body
plug it
control
into the computer.
module, body control module, steering module, and if one of them goes down, the whole lot goes down. It's too complex.
I know, yeah. I had a $75 part go on me, and because of where it was located in the engine, it cost me $1,200 to get it replaced.
Yeah.
For a $75 part. Crazy.
Yeah.
I had a car that it was a brilliant car. It was a Ford, and the clutch decided to go in it, and you had to pull out the lower cross member to get access to the gearbox, and then you had to lower the engine out in order to get the gearbox out. So even though the clutch was only like $250, it was going to cost 9 hours in labor to get it done. So I just sold it.
Was it a Falcon?
No, it was a Mondeo.
Oh, okay. Which is called the Fusion in our country.
This was actually before you guys got the Fusion.
Yeah. The Mondeo was before that, but that's what it was based on.
Same chassis.
Well, that's it. It still had the same, 2-liter Z-Tech motor that they were running in the Focuses.
Yeah, actually over here, back then the Ford Taurus would have been more like the Mondeo. Yeah, probably.
No, the Taurus is an ugly looking thing.
Did you guys see on Proline's website, they're coming out with a new dragster body?
Uh-oh.
The C10
No.
pickup truck?
Oh, John
saw the new monster truck body.
The C10 pickup truck from Chevy.
Yeah, it's on the C10. I like it.
That's been out for a while. I like my C10 for my oval racing.
Well, no, the Proline one's just coming out. They just peaked body shots of it.
Hey,
I know. I like my C10 I have for my oval racing, though, from J Concepts.
Well, there's lots of C10s out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this one's still about the same price or same style.
They're doing SUV drag racing now these days, too, which is interesting.
Well, everything's going to an SUV.
I know.
So see here, the C10 is coming soon. They don't have it here, but on their Facebook page, they actually had a sneak peek of it.
Look at the old Camaro.
Yep.
Doesn't turn out
Kitchen Camaro.
Yep. 3rd gen.
IROC.
Yep. Delta Plastics had that for 2 years.
I like the Nova.
No,
I like the color scheme. I like the color scheme on the Nova.
I wonder if I can make an IROC Z crawler.
No, you can't. You
probably could.
I probably could.
You can do anything you want.
I've seen El Caminos that way.
It has a nice color scheme. The purple to black and blue. It's nice.
I thought there was gray in there too.
You seen a Ute looking like that, yeah?
I mean, I just like them
have a good night, mate.
I just like it so they have those bodies a little bit wider so we can use them for the oval racing.
A Ute is sort of like an El Camino anyway, no?
Yeah.
What about the El Camino?
A Ute is sort of like an El Camino, no?
Yeah, it can be considered that, yeah.
The Marley was the El Camino they were supposed to bring here from Australia.
The Maloo.
Yes. The Maloo would have been the El Camino.
Yeah, well, they were working on making a new El Camino, but there was a lot of discussion about the fact that if they brought out a new El Camino, then the classic El Caminos would probably lose value.
I was sure that these guys had Proline had made one for the oval racer. I don't see the body right now.
No, they don't.
Being discontinued.
They don't have anything really for the oval.
Yeah, they made one.
It's everything is the bandit width.
Oh,
yeah, everything is stupid narrow, which we can't run in a bunch of different classes.
Oh no, it's Team Associated that made an oval racer.
Yeah, they made an oval racer.
Yeah, they made the street stock. It's based on the old 4.2 buggy chassis.
Yeah.
And you can't race it?
Well, no, it's not that. For our bomber class that we run, which is like slash or short course based 2-wheel drive chassis, all the bodies now are coming for the no prep drag scene where it's all too narrow for us. We can't run them because they're too narrow.
Right.
And they're not thinking about that. And I know we're not the only ones doing it. There's groups all around the country running races like this, and we can't get bodies for it. And it's screwing us over. and they won't talk to anybody.
Well, where do you get your bodies from? There's no place to get new bodies?
The only thing I can get, I want to get a car body.
Oh,
The only thing I've got now is my Camaro, which is a Delta Plastics.
Okay.
Or I've got the trucks from J Concepts.
I thought
the
Parma
Pro
did
line
a
for
lot
the
of
Ford.
bodies.
I thought, I remember where, I live in that area, but they moved their place. They're not in Parma anymore, or North.
Parma
Royalton.
has been closed off and on so many
What I
times
heard about
in the past.
what I heard about Parma is you can get any of the bodies that they offer, but somebody has to be willing to get 30 of them, and they'll do a run of them. That's what I just recently heard. Is that
and then
if
they
it's not in
for
stock, it takes somebody wanting 30 of them, or a certain number. Maybe it wasn't 30.
Yeah.
But you have to buy quantity of them, bulk, in order for them to make that specialty body, and then you can offload it to people.
Yeah, which is stupid, and you're gonna pay on average if you do something like that. It's gonna be $75 to $90 a body, even at their bulk rate. We've looked into it.
Really?
Yeah. So you can get it cheaper on eBay. You're gonna pay
They're not
65,
trying to
70
make
bucks
bodies anymore. It sounds like then. Holy cow!
Yeah. So, but they're still hard to get. And then now Proline's doing the C10. I've got my C10 from J Concepts that is a normal width for the slash. We can run those. The Delta Plastics Camaro is a normal width. We can run those. The J Concepts and Proline trucks, we can run those, but we want something that's more actual to the real bomber type classes. The older muscle cars, older cars, not a truck. And everything is now going narrow for drag racing.
Yep. Yeah. Too bad the boat link isn't around. Maybe they could have done something.
See you later, Kevin. Kevin Gibbs going to bed.
Hey, Kevin Gibbs.
There, Kev.
Later, Kevin.
Later, Kev.
No, it's driving us nuts because we got guys right now. We've got 12 different guys from our local group going to Oklahoma for the RC Chili Bowl this weekend.
Okay.
It's funny. That's just funny what I just saw. Tony's mucking around with his clod buster. He's got Brad above him. Looks like Brad's actually moving it.
What?
Oh, Brad is looking down at the clodbuster, you mean?
Yeah.
No. Brad's above Tony. You can't see Tony's head. So Brad's head is Tony, and he's pushing the
Brad's head is
clodbuster.
Yeah,
That's what it looked like. Go to the replay.
There we go.
Okay.
Instant replay.
Instant replay. Yeah.
It did actually look like the two were merged together.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Oh, so it looked like Brad was working on the truck.
Yeah,
Yes.
working on the truck. Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes,
My son busted the shocks off, so I fixed it.
And on top of that, you got a black shirt, and he's got a black shirt. So it mixes perfectly.
So what's the record button for time?
The record is because I'm recording to my local hard drive, and once it's
and
done,
that's how you transfer
upload it to the Tank RC,
Oh, okay.
and I will take it off of the of this YouTube page, which is RC Talk,
Yeah.
so that I don't have it two different places.
Yeah, so that's how you get around the strike thing.
Yeah. And I still get my views into the Tank RC because
the main channel.
Since this happened, I noticed there's 10% down in views for this month. So RC Talk does bring a lot of views. So I got to do this. I got to do it this way so I can keep the views up.
Yeah. It's a shame that it happened in the first place. It shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But
that'll teach me to being a good guy.
Yeah, well, and that, I mean, the only problem is whoever did launch the complaint, which I'm not going to go into, shot themselves on the foot as far as I'm concerned.
No, it's an automatic complaint.
Yeah,
it is automatic, but the guy does have to click on it. It's not
I understand
done by YouTube. The guy has to click.
You get notifications. You get notifications when someone's re-uploaded part of your video, but you have to actually click complaint authorized for YouTube to issue the strike.
Yeah, Tony did one last week, but he didn't put a strike on the guy. He just told the guy remove that video.
But someone used Tony's footage.
Yeah,
they do that all the time at Aaron.
Oh, I've actually found a couple of my videos on some foreign countries video sites.
Oh yeah.
So from now on, I'm actually putting a watermark on everything I upload to YouTube. You can't afford not to now.
You can crop watermarks, right?
Yeah. What's weird is
they crop it out and they crop off the endings. They go in and edit it. That's wrong.
You can crop it out.
But if you tell
Hey,
YouTube,
Bobby, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Good to see you, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. If you tell YouTube to put the watermark, if somebody uses a piece of software to steal your video off of YouTube, it actually takes the video without the watermark. That's it.
That's add the watermark into.
Yeah, you got to do it in the
production.
editing. If you're going to do it properly, you got to do it in the editing.
In the editing. That's what I'm doing now.
He hasn't replied to you, Tank? He hasn't
replied.
No, he's not bothered.
No.
Yeah.
That's okay. I got to work around.
Quick question for you guys. I'm wiring all these up still, but the lights on the back, the square ones, up or down? What do you think? Hold on, why is that camera all blurry? Hold on.
It's trying to focus.
It's also kind of the dark side. It's hard to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, so the square, the rectangular lights.
Those are the rear ones facing rear?
Yeah, facing rear.
Yeah, rear.
Down.
Yeah, the square one should be rear, the circle one should be front.
No, I know, yeah, but facing down or facing up?
Down.
Down towards the bed.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
It breaks up your profile on the truck too.
Yep.
Something with them being so small, it would be probably a little bit easier not to break them off either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it's down, it doesn't have much place to break off. It has less resistance to breaking off.
No,
you guys saw the J Concepts light bar, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
I said you saw what I did the J Concepts light bar, right, on their USA one.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, they lent me their truck. Their new
USA
one
that's
body.
right.
I busted the whole light bar up.
Well, you blamed your kid. You blamed your son on busting it up, though.
No, I took the blame on the first one. He did the second one.
Yeah. You blamed him on busting the rest.
I busted the actual lights off, and then he busted the actual roll bar.
Right.
Parsha Boy says you got to hide those wires because if ever you roll over, those wires are gone.
So them wires are all. You'll not even see them wires when I'm done. So
yeah, I run the tubing for the airlines for a aquarium. I'll slit it and run them through there.
That's cool.
That's smart.
I use that on the bottom of my new truck to protect the lower links because I don't want the lovely coating.
I use something else for that.
RC Fun Hobbies in there. I saw him there earlier. He's a local guy here from Ottawa. So how you doing?
Who is it?
RC Fun Hobby. Fun RC Hobbies. Sorry.
Oh, Fun RC. How you
doing? I'll just use this stuff for the.
Now that roll bars with those lights are for what truck?
I'll just use these for. Put this over the wires. Hides all the wires.
Oh. It's like a mesh.
Yeah, it's like a mesh, so it expands out, and then just put it out over.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's handy.
Looks good.
This roll bar is for the green TF2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm getting a TF2. I'm wondering what color I'm going to paint it and what I'm going to do to it.
Oh, you need to paint it black so it looks like the Midnight Edition, so it'll be worth more money when you sell it.
No, I don't like being like other people. And plus, I got a dark gray one and it looks nice, but I find dark colors don't look good on camera. So it's probably going to be
Go the opposite of green, go yellow.
A green or a blue.
Maybe that on your camera, Tank.
To me, a lame flake over the whole thing. Make it sparkle.
Yellow flake with flake in it.
Yeah, that's it. Go crazy. Make it stand out.
Or maybe
go a whole SEMA paint job on it.
Orange SEMA paint job.
Hard body. Go to the
put some true flames
Now
on.
go to the car paint. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's you put a light color on the body, and then you have dark flames. That'd be a good contrast.
No, with it being a hard body and being plastic, you paint on the outside instead of Lexan. I'd go with a Duplicolor paint shop system. I'd go get their paints. They've got a very cool clear with the different color
flakes on it.
Flakes in it.
Mm.
It's actually really inexpensive too, and it
No,
lays
I've got
down
a-
real nice.
I've got to do a SEMA body paint job on my next build. At the moment, it's going to be, to me, a lame flake backed with brilliant blue. So when the sun hits it, it'll just light up like a,
I had one like
disco
that.
ball.
Is it going to be like prismatic looking?
Yeah, should be. Should be.
No, here's one I should do a lames flake on. Is the Subaru?
Yes.
Oh, Brat. No, I think you got to do the Starsky and Hutch paint job on that one.
Yeah, that one.
Well, I do
definitely
have
Starsky and
there's two
Hutch.
bodies on this. There's a Lexan and a
Hardwood.
hard body.
Yep.
So I'll be able to do two different paint jobs on this.
For the price of the kit, having two different style bodies, hard and not, it's a pretty cheap kit for that.
Yeah.
Now, what about the rally car?
If you don't do it as Herbie, you've missed an opportunity.
I got a Herbie already.
Yeah,
He's already got a
Herbie.
Herbie, but not a 4-wheel drive Herbie.
Yeah, not a four-wheel
He's got
drive
a
one.
Porsche. He's got a Porsche. Right.
Yeah. We never. when we
RC
got
Basher
that
Boy
bit-
calls my Herbie a Porsche.
yeah, we'll-
Why don't you
we'll
make
keep
it why don't you make it a camel colored
Whoa, whoa.
Beetle.
Trophy truck?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'll never get a word.
What?
in here.
What?
Make it
Is Brad saying to paint the Tamiya not box art right now?
he's not going to paint it box art anyways. That's why I'm giving him that suggestion.
Someone
I would
take
paint
his
it box.
temperature.
I would paint it box art.
Let it
I
be
have no problem
stated
with
on
that.
the record.
Magnet.
I would
I
I
do
heard,
it
I
with
had never
what
heard
Brent's
the end
done.
of this Herbie, mate. Look at it. It's in pristine condition. It hasn't seen nothing.
So
One video,
that means
one
he's got to
video.
replicate that paint job on the other one and then
Yeah.
bash it.
Why
Hey,
do I
Hank,
need to
send that one to
replicate?
me, I'll drive it.
The only thing I need to do is take the body off and put it on the other one. It's done.
Yeah, but then that one will be destroyed and not Shelf Queen quality.
Yeah. Well, I hate Shelf Queens, and so
It's
does
a
a lot of
runner.
people. It's a runner.
I use this. I see how nice
Yeah.
the wheels turned
I've
out.
seen him
Yeah,
use
he
that.
used that one
actually.
video going
I've
through the
seen him
post
use it.
office.
Okay, then a full flower
Send
power
it
hit
to me,
paint job
Hank.
on the other one.
Hey,
Well, they have a
Mate,
flower
give
power
that thing
one
to
on
me
the,
and
on
I'll
the,
do a video with it.
on the Type 1 bus. Now they have a
Hey,
new Type
Tony.
1 bus that's painted. It's got
I'll
flower
take it
power.
after Jack. I'll take it
I'll
after
trade
Jack.
you. I'll
Oh,
trade you
mate,
for.
give
I'll
it to
trade
me
you for an
and,
LMT. I'll trade you for an LMT.
Yeah, he's not going to give away his money. Crap.
Does it have to be a running LMT?
give him one in pieces. He might have.
I've got two really jacked up ones.
I personally would do it in box art. I just know Frank isn't. So therefore,
You know, you do-
suggestion of what I do.
You know, you do with that. You know, I mean, there's not. I mean, it's a road car, and there's not much you can do. You can do a story with it or whatever. But you do what I
Brad,
do. You get
can't
someone
you
to.
can't be a master builder and do artwork. It's like the Lego movie, man. You gotta veer off the manual a little bit.
Yeah.
Tony's got it.
No, I'm probably going to get some people not agreeing with me, but I showed my wife what I'm going to do for the Beetle. And this is what I'm thinking of doing with the Beetle Rally.
The blue and white body.
Nope.
Oh,
Flower
well,
power.
A flower.
Nah, man.
Quite
Yeah,
a few
no,
of
I
those
don't
there.
like
I
it.
see.
Nah,
They have quite
come
a
Yeah,
few
I
of
think
them.
that's
ridiculous.
just gonna totally ruin the buggy.
Come on,
you know,
man.
love.
Works.
Nah, not a
Hey,
lot
it
of
has
bugs
white-
happening,
white
mate.
balls.
Not a lot of bugs.
So
I reckon full on Paisley flower power. Get us
Nah,
that
man.
one, the white one,
the white
that
one.
the white one that's just on the corner.
Which is an actual
Yeah.
beetle.
Yeah.
That's an actual
That.
beetle.
I think you should make Bumblebee Frank.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't he? He once was a Volkswagen Beetle, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Original,
Yeah,
yeah.
original,
Look at that.
original
Look at the
one.
mushrooms.
I
Look at
just
the
named
nice
Bumblebee.
mushrooms.
Yes,
Look at the
so-
colors.
Rainbows
Dude,
and colors.
Double rainbow,
Yeah.
double rainbow.
Double
I want
rainbow.
you to
Here
start
you go,
crying,
kid.
Hank.
Got a
Come on,
double
man, no
rainbow.
way.
Look at that.
I reckon.
What's on the top of the one at the end there? Is that a surfboard?
Hey, look, they got one new one in there
Yeah.
too. One newer body
Is
in
that
there.
a surfboard on the end of that one?
Yep.
on the roof.
Is it?
Just straight yellow tank.
But the circle is bigger than the.
Camelize it.
Bigger
Do
than
a camel version. The black
That's a
one
long
looks better.
board.
The black one doesn't look so
Long
bad.
That looks stupid. To be honest.
You're making Brad's friggin' look at the drill running down his face.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Yeah, right. You get trolled when you talk about monster. We get talk about.
Do a
dirt bike.
Honolulu inspired dip.
Yes, that's it. Send it over to Wayne. Get Honey Lulu to dip it. Yep, that's what I'd do. Send the body over to Wayne. Get Honey Lulu to do a dip. That would work out perfectly.
No, I'm trying to find a camo beetle for the camo. It would be like a yellow orange with the logo capsule on it. I can't find it.
Look up a safari beetle and you might find it.
You can also do a Dakar rally type one, but that would be camel also.
Then it'll only have one hump.
Oh.
There are camels that have two humps, believe it or not, in real life.
See, there you
Just
go.
a rusty old yellow beetle tank.
See how well that stuff works on the wires.
So you just zip tie it to the frame and then put it into the bodywork?
Yeah.
That's all you need right there, tank. The
There
rusty
you go.
Yellow and black.
yellow beetle.
Yellow and black.
That one's pretty wicked right there. You have on the screen. That one
Ooh.
all day long.
Yellow
What
and
about
black.
doing a police edition and putting a light bar on the roof?
Oh, that would be funny. Chasing.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Look at that lean into the turn, man.
It's even got the mud flaps on it.
Yeah. But I got to put a camel sticker like this on the side.
Yeah, that's the color you should paint it. And the camel does have, some of them do have black on the hood.
The hood that's going to be black.
I think you can get a camel sticker pack through Tamiya anyway.
I don't know if
Yeah, you can get camel sticker packs. I got mine.
Look at that, they have it on a BMW.
I like those wheels on the black one. Those wheels look wow on the black one.
The black one's classic looking, actually.
Mm.
Yeah, those wheels look awesome.
With the red rims, red and white walls.
Yeah.
I'm just more curious what kind of jump you're going to make to take it off of to see dirt fly in slow-mo.
Big one.
We just need to see it.
Camel's been on a lot of cars.
Doesn't have to be a big jump. It can even be a long takeoff just to see that dirt fly behind it.
I got a couple ideas.
Look at the jump that Jen does. Just use the type of jump Jen does.
Just bring it to the skate park and just use the tabletop.
There you go.
Right.
Too much.
I'd really like to see someone do an RC Camel Trophy event, because if you watched how they treated those discoveries, oh my word, it was like a winch competition. They really put those.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that. I've seen snippets of that type of video.
Oh, they really, everyone I've talked to said that the Discovery was the biggest POS they've ever driven. Yet watching that
I like them.
challenge, watching that trophy challenge and seeing what they put those vehicles through, I mean, today's cars would break. They would just break. So yeah, seeing someone do an actual RC trophy, Camel Trophy challenge would be interesting, because it would just look like like your average TTC anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The trail. That trail is a devil's playground for that.
Did you see my latest video of my trails? I got pretty good challenging trails. They're not bad for. They're not really TTC, but there's a lot of truck that dies on my trails.
Yes,
because
I saw that.
a lot of truck don't finish, especially last event. Like there was 4 truck that died on the last event on New Year's Day. I called everybody on New Year's Day at my house, and 4 trucks didn't make it out. It was kind of funny, but not funny.
Was there snow that day?
Yes. Yeah.
How
a little bit
much?
of snow. A little bit. There was not much. There may be a half an inch of snow on the ground. But everybody had fun.
Yeah. Well, for one of those Camel Trophy obstacles, you would have to get a 4-wheel drive to dig a huge tire rut and then just fill it up full of water.
And
so
mud.
literally they go bonnet deep, and have to keep going. Form a bow wave just to get through.
I would go through the water. But there's a lot of guys that are new in my area that are not too good and that don't waterproof their trucks. So
what?
kind of their loss that they don't waterproof their truck because it's fun to play in the water.
It is.
But Jack, I've told him so many times for Jack to put his Zebra truck Jeep into the water, and one day he actually did. He touched the water and he backed out. He goes, there, I went in the water.
What are you talking about? No, it's the day I went down the lake.
Yeah, you went down to the lake.
And I hit the rock and rolled in.
Oh,
but,
nice.
But I had everything sealed that day, which was good, and it saved my ESC and that, so for my receiver.
No,
so I never go in the water.
I waterproof everything so I can go full submarine.
Yeah.
Like,
like a guy in Korea.
I nearly lost my truck in a river a couple of weeks ago. I was doing a video and went in and didn't realize there was a bit of current. Next minute, the truck started going backwards down the stream. Oops.
I was waterfall with my Wraith, and actually I tried crossing the waterfall, and it got carried by the water because it was too strong, and it fell into on the other lower layer, and I didn't know how deep it was. And after using a 6-foot perch to try to dig out the Wraith, I finally found it. I was so happy I found it. Like you're digging in nothing. Like it says, do I have something? And then you bring the perch out. Nope, nothing. You bring the perch out. No, nothing. And all of a sudden you have something at the end of the perch. It's like fishing for a truck. And yes, I
have an old riverbed that I can go crawl on when it hasn't been raining. And it's got a couple of 9-foot deep holes. Nothing gives you more adrenaline rush when you're driving the truck and then suddenly you don't see it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, where did it go? And then you walk up to where you think the truck is, and all you can see is your light bar at the bottom of a 9-foot deep hole. Then it's a case of, okay, I've got to get it out with my foot. So in for a swim. But yeah,
you might as well wear a diver's suit.
I wear waders.
So I'd like to get something clear here. First of all, I'd like to get something clear and get it off the table. How do you guys think Tony dresses?
I was going to make fun of you a minute ago for being the host and just showing up in a t-shirt.
Well, this is not a t-shirt.
It doesn't seem like you're presenting very well.
Long sleeve, and it's got like
too many graphics on it. Too many graphics.
How do you think Tony is dressing right now? Because there's a critic that commented on his video.
I think I'm pretty good though, because I don't have the flat hat on. So
I think Tony dresses like he's sponsored by everybody in the room.
Yeah.
he always dresses down completely, is what it really is.
Somebody said something about the way you dressed.
Yeah.
Enough. I don't actually have a sponsor.
He's a
battery sponsor, but I stepped away from the battery sponsor because I really wanted to run Spectrum smart batteries because I was testing them out, and so now I buy my batteries.
Someone actually begged you about how you dress. Are you serious?
The what? Yeah, somebody bashed him.
Someone begged you because of how you dress.
Oh yeah, they said anybody that dresses like I do. If somebody dresses like you do, that's over 30 years old, they're a douchebag.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
What the hell?
What the hell?
What's that?
Someone that hasn't put out a video for over a year and thinks he's better than everyone else.
That's what irritates me the most.
He's probably got no content, mate.
So some people went
channel and they've got no videos on their channel.
I couldn't help but post it. Like I trolled them a little bit. Like it was too funny.
There's a lot of people that went on his channel and actually commented on the way he talks or the way he dresses. And
see, I was said to show him love because the guy needed some hugs, man.
Who is this guy?
That's it.
I'm not saying, like it was funny, but like it comes down to really like they just, something just turns out the wrong way that they can't enjoy a fun.
So
it was a fun video about the big rock, man.
And the way you dress, is it?
Yeah. Tony, you just kill him with kindness,
55
right?
and I've got a Metallica shirt on. So what? Who cares?
I was even wearing my nice glasses. I thought I looked studious and everything. But I guess my flat-brimmed hat that I had on, the J Concepts hat, which is an RC hat. And so I looked like I'm sponsored, but guess what? Bought the shirt, bought the hat, buy the stuff from J Concept. I just bought the Shapeways axles from J Concepts. I bought the body. They sent me a truck to review. I bought all the stuff that came with it. I got the regulator. They didn't give me any of it. I didn't even get a discount. It's full price. So, I mean,
no affiliate links
I'm not
below.
sponsored. I do every once in a while get some free stuff from a company that'll send it to me, like the smart charger, which is silly because I just bought a second smart charger on my own 3 weeks ago.
But you should have waited.
Is that the way it works, Tony?
Well, yeah, I guess I just have to buy stuff and then they send me it's a newer version of it. I bought the old one, but
in that tiny, when you get trolls like that, I wouldn't give them the time of day, mate.
Nah,
seriously.
I wasn't. I just to him, I said, I said you're worth don't man.
No plug-in, no nothing. If you have a go with them, that's about it, and just let it go, mate.
Oh, it didn't bother me. I thought it was funny. Like, I've been laughing about it, saying like he must have known I didn't have my pants on underneath the table.
Mate.
Well, hey, this is
he know? Thanks for sharing, Tony.
Even saw
TMI.
It doesn't matter on your age. I mean, what's your age got to do with it? What's the age got
nothing to do with it?
No, what's the age got to do with it?
That's what I should have done on Boxing Day: is do a video and have everybody in boxing shorts. It's Boxing Day, right?
I was going to wear my unicorn in the next video.
Then Jake would have to do it.
Wait, don't get us confused, Brad. All right?
Like Tony puts on his channel, or especially on Facebook, the him dressed up as a dinosaur picking up his kids at school.
Unicorn, no,
a rainbow unicorn.
Yeah. Unicorn, dinosaur. Yeah, it was a unicorn. Yeah,
it's a rainbow unicorn.
So
yeah. And I was dancing when they were getting off the bus.
Yeah, that was funny.
I'm glad I missed that one.
But you
wasn't that Brandon Timlin that showed that? Was it Brandon Timlin?
That what?
Somebody shared it.
No. Someone put it on their channel saying Tony's famous because it was on the news.
Oh yeah, it was on TV.
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah, that Juke Media or whatever that.
Was it Brandon
that company that buys all the stuff or like they license it all? Then all the TV companies have to come to them to license it. It's like Juke Media. So they came to us and asked, and they put on some TV shows and stuff. But
I hope they paid you for it.
Yeah, that was Brandon Tinlin. That's right. He's the one that showed it.
He saw it, and I didn't even know it made TV. I just know I signed away the rights.
He said, he goes, Tony's famous. He's on TV.
FNSRC says, how do you guys feel about the Ryft with the sway bars and some lockers? I think it will look good. Maybe slightly lower gear ratio also. Yes, it will.
Not a big fan of it. But then again, as I said, I don't like open wheelers.
If you actually look at the video from the beginning for about an hour straight, we did talk a lot about it and a couple different things about it. So best thing to do is rewind the video to the start and
ask the master builder. He's in the chat. Ask him. He'll tell you.
I just did. I just told you.
No, the Bobby.
You said the master builder. I thought I was the master builder.
Master builder's in the chat, my friend. Don't you get confused there.
Barbecue.
Also, he's the master.
Oh, so he's the master builder. I thought I was the master builder.
Mate, you got no idea.
No?
Everyday guy is.
Darn. Gee, now you've just made me sad.
I think
I want to know if
barbecue
ever found his snake again.
So barbecue.
You found his snake again.
That looks scary. Don't worry about that.
Barbecue, what is your thought on the Ryft monster truck, or not monster truck, rock crawler?
The tractor is
I think there's going to be a lot of broken ones running on 4S.
Yes.
Yeah.
They need to go 4S thing, something like that.
Well, yeah, that truck runs on 4S, and it'd probably be the funnest on 4S, the way it's built. But like the higher you make it jump, or the faster you make it go, the higher you're going to jump, which means the harder it's going to land, which means the tougher it's going to be on the axle.
Yeah,
it's not really meant to jump like upward.
It's
like it's more forward. You want to jump forward direction with that thing.
Yeah. I'm thinking more when people go over rocks with it on 4S.
Or slam into a rock on 4S.
Yeah.
The Buster Blue Stars where I ran my Jeep yesterday, that'd be perfect for that. Because that's a long stretch of blue stone.
How many lipo fires they get?
It'd be like 120 millimeter, 130 millimeter shocks in it. That's why they do that. That's why those shocks are so long. You can run on 4S. You need something to take in a lot of that slack.
Yep.
It's gonna be broken axle housings.
That's his green screen, Macy's. That's his green screen playing up.
I think
Tony, you missed
right.
your favourite RC yesterday, brother.
I think you're right. There's going to be a lot of broken axles, and especially with the way that servo mount is on the front, I think that's going to cop it quite bad.
I'm
interested. There you go. Bill Boynton says that the RC driver broke his front axle on 3S, not 4S.
Yeah, I'll have to go check that out, especially where he actually broke his axle. I'm curious to find out actually where it actually broke on there. So it would be interesting to see.
Barbecue says, I think aftermarket support will explode with this release.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I hear you, Tank, saying you'd put sway bars on it. I don't think I would for a rock racer. If you're truly going to use it like it would be meant to be used, you want that ability for the axles to flex over the rocks like crazy.
I don't know. My buddy that builds the real trucks.
What?
My buddy that builds the real trucks, they swear by putting the sway bars on them for the rock bouncing. It helps it stay planted a lot better. So I would go with.
Yeah, and actually, it's another point for the axle to put more pressure on. I would think the Etsy sway bar helps it take in some of the poundage.
Yeah, it helps balance the load across both sides.
Yep.
Then why wouldn't they have put them on there? I mean, most rock bouncers I've seen, I don't see them on them. I love to watch the Mad Ram stuff.
Yeah, it is personal preference.
Slayer, what's up?
Josh, how you doing, mate?
There, who was asking about all the wires earlier? There you go. You don't even know they're there anymore.
Nice.
So you zip tie it to the frame and then put it into the bodywork.
Put it into that stuff all the way up through it, and then zip tie.
You could also have those axle
Now
axle straps.
Is that a metal roll bar or is that a plastic?
Yeah, it's all metal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where did you find that?
Wish.
Wish. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great! I'm not shopping on Wish,
dude. I've never had any problem with Wish.
Yeah, some people.
How long was the shipping time, short? What was the
shipping
time for that? Shipping time?
What's that? Check.
Shipping time. How long did it take?
12 days or something.
That's not bad. From China.
Because they have a US warehouse too, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I order anything off Wish, it's a case of I hope it gets here within 4 months.
Oh, you live down under.
Happened with one of my things from Banggood.
You live down under.
I have no problem with Banggood. No problem with Banggood because at least I can track Banggood. With Wish, it was a case of, I'll order these sunnies probably back in July, and then it'll be November before they get here.
Well, one of my big purchases from Banggood, they didn't have it at the warehouse, so my Dumbo radio took me 4 months to get.
Oh, speaking of that.
Bobby says that the bomber likes torque twist without sway bars.
Oh, it's not showing up. Bummer. You got to remove my background. No, hang on. There.
I don't know why you put sway bars on that thing anyway.
Dumbo RC. Yep. I only ever use Dumbo XCs because at $30, why wouldn't you?
They have good range. They've won some.
Oh, the range has been phenomenal. Like I've actually driven one of my trail trucks so far down the trail I couldn't see the truck, and then I'm like, "Where'd it go?" Oh, hang on, I'll turn it around, and it came straight back. So, signal range is beyond line of sight.
Yeah. So Radio Link and Dumbo, they both have 400 to 600 meters.
Oh, they're done by Radio Link. This is who makes them.
Yeah, I know. Dumbo's the lower range of the Radio Link.
Yeah, it's like, we just need to basically make some electronics, but we've got nothing to put them in. Oh, we'll put them in that. And you get the same receiver. It doesn't matter whether you order the X4, the X5, or the X6. It's the same receiver. The only thing that changes is whether or not the receiver has a gyro built into it or not. That's it. And the gyro function, is handy for those guys that are going flat stick across uneven terrain.
Oh yeah, they have ABS braking. They have actual ABS braking and AVS on some of the models. Yes,
but I have not met another radio company that can give you 6 channels so cheap.
Yeah, mine was
they're so reliable.
I think I got mine for less than $30. My bottom of line one.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what? They upgraded. They gave me a 6 channel instead of a 4 channel. The radio's 4 channel, but the receiver was at 6.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You get the same receiver. It doesn't matter whether you order the X4, the X5, or the X6. You get the same receiver.
Yeah.
So this is an X6. So hang on, I'll just get it out. Oop, here we go.
And the receiver's nice and tiny.
Oh, it's small, but it's not waterproof, so you got to waterproof it.
Oh, I just waterproofed mine with conforming liquid.
That'll do it. But
good old plastic shopping bag over your hand and your hand inside. How much more waterproof could you be?
It's the receiver part, not the.
Stick your hand up inside. You're good.
Rubber band with a zip tie.
2 channels on the top.
Balloon.
Yep, an old balloon.
That's it.
2 channels.
Over.
Yours was a higher grade than mine. Mine was the bottom of the line.
These are 2 channels on the top, so they're variable. So if you want to run a winch off either one, that'll work. Then you have the 3-position switch on the side. Oh, hang on. 3-position switch. So if you want to run a winch off that, go for it. And then you've got a push button auxiliary 3. So if you want to run the light kit, you can just push the button. So many channels.
And that's not a bad looking radio either.
Where's all your trims? Where's all your trims and stuff? Is it just like the old Red Cat ones and stuff? You pick the thing up.
They're inside. Sorry, it doesn't show up too well on the camera if I'm not in front of it. All the trims are underneath here. It doesn't have what do they call it? Endpoint adjustment.
Endpoints or anything? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have the endpoints, but you can still restrict how far the servo goes. It's like it doesn't have like the set endpoint adjustments.
Yeah.
So like it's as I said, it's a cheap radio, but if you're going to run everything off it, like your lights, your winches, for the money, you can't beat it. I just cannot beat it.
Yeah, they have a higher grade ones with the endpoints.
Yeah, like a
Swampers.
Yeah, Bill.
Later, Bill.
Yeah, I like the Radio Link. Radio Link is pretty good also for the price and what it does. It's nice.
That's who make these.
Okay.
Radio Link is just their top of the line.
Yeah. You get the
and that's still under $40. I think I've seen them go for 35, the Radio Links.
The only downside to these is you can't run multiple trucks off it. Like it doesn't have model memory.
Yeah.
But the Radio Links do.
Yeah. That's why you pay more for them.
Yeah, but you're hitting like almost about $10 or less more for them, the Radio Link, for the bottom line Radio Link.
But yeah, so basically you got your it does say you've got endpoint adjustment. Look at that. Sub trim and endpoint adjustment, as well as reverse for your main channels. And believe it or not, it says there is a battery socket in the bottom in case you want to convert it over to a 2S LiPo.
Really?
Yeah. So I cannot complain. I've got all the X6, the X5, and the X4, and all of them perform beautifully.
You know what? You know what's going to be interesting is that when Dumbo and Radio Link get more exposure, they might start to test.
The prices will go up.
But if people seem to get more for a lot less than the name brands,
I'm hoping I'm hoping that they start bringing the price of the name brand stuff down to compete with them.
Yeah, but they got
competition in the market to be good.
They also have to make sure they can get 400 to 600 meters out of them too, like those.
Hey, Brad, I think I found a paint job for my bug for the rally.
Let's see.
And I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to do that paint job.
That's cool.
Ooh.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Just imagine that on the Beetle. like
That
faded.
makes it a sleeper, a stealthy looking thing.
Yeah.
It's stealthy looking that way.
I'd
Yeah, I
actually
think
do
that'll
it in
look good.
3 colors too, not
Yeah,
just
what
2.
is that? An Evo?
Yeah, it's an Evo.
Yep.
Mitsubishi Revo.
Look at how the black fades into the yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do a shot of gold right there at that fade point,
And
then
the
fade
rim
into
should be
yellow and
gold.
fade into black.
And the rim should be gold.
Yeah, they are gold on that car. Yeah.
You can always paint them gold, your rims.
Be challenging but interesting. And
It wouldn't be
Actually,
that
not too hard.
Yeah.
Well, I got my
I mean-
airbrush. With the airbrush, it's going to be easy.
Doing
Oh,
the
it'd be
checker
super
point on the roof would be a bit hard, but you
I-
wouldn't need to do that.
I didn't hear Tony what he said if he thought that paint job looked cool. I know Sean said it looked cool.
I
I
don't know.
don't care about my opinion.
Did,
Of that truck?
did you see the paint job of Camel?
Yeah, it was all right. It's faded, black to yellow. It's all
Okay.
right. I still like the other one with the black hood.
Yeah, with the
I
black.
actually prefer the one you just showed me, Frank. I prefer that
the
one
first,
the most.
the yellow bug that had just the white number 12 on it there with the black hood, that one was fucking killer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think Frank, you should see if you see what it would look like with that body paint on it. That would be cool. I think that would be really cool. And then gold rims.
Gold rims would be nice.
Yeah, just get your reach out to 307 Scoot and just get your decals. That's right. I get him to make all my, because the camel trucks, like when I built that camel truck and that one, it's hard to get Team Ireland or anything. There aren't normally Team USA or Team Britain. So I got him to make actually Team Ireland camel trucks.
I would, I'd like to see you do that with one of your trucks, Sean, that color scheme. That'd be cool.
No.
Get on it, Sean.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'll do that one sitting right there. How's with that?
What one?
The one sitting over there. That's why I had it. There's a big empty spot sitting right there. You know?
Do your secret build like that.
Yeah.
The secret build?
His secret USTE build.
I don't think it's going, somehow or another, looking across at it right now, it's definitely not going to make you USTE. It's not.
Sure it will.
Definitely no chance.
Keep going.
Now he's got a prismatic laser light behind him.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, that's just a copy straight off my gaming screen. It's a direct copy off my gaming screen.
If you go back too far, the laser's going to cut your head off.
Yeah, I know.
You got a rainbow lightsaber going through your ears.
A lightsaber.
A multicolored
Hang on.
lightsaber.
There we go. Right through my head.
What is that track machine behind you, Tony?
What track machine that's right behind me?
The one
The
there to
Beast.
your right. The tracks. K5 on the track. Or sorry, to your left.
Oh, the beast.
Your left.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got tracks on it. It's written Beast.
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that one before.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he showed that one, but I know he was working on it.
Yeah.
No, that's a new one.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
guess you got a good eye.
Weren't you
That's
waiting
an
for that one?
That's an eBay one. Took
Yeah.
a month to get here. It's supposed to be here December 14th. I bought it on the 7th and it just came yesterday.
Oh, wow.
It looks like you could make your own using that new Kyosho.
That's what it is. This is the old one that you could go brushless with really easy.
Okay.
It looks like an interesting one. Barbecue done one something like that too, didn't he?
So this is an actual monster truck or monster tank from back in like 80s, 90s.
Yeah, the Beast.
Virginia Beach Beast.
Oh yeah, there was a van body on it.
Oh, it's a
that
blazer
was
body.
Bigfoot. There was a Bigfoot one. This is there was a lot of them actually, but they kept breaking their backs because there's no suspension.
Oh, I saw one with a tank tread that had the van body that looked like it came from the Mad Van.
Oh yeah,
Good
they
eye,
are
Sean.
like that.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm always looking behind everybody. That's why I knew to move my own truck up there today. I'm always looking behind people to see what is interesting behind them. You know.
There's nothing behind me but an Arctic White.
And a stove.
You know,
And a stove.
where's the Arctic White? Right, it's normally behind you. No,
Yeah, it's right there. You got a clean box on it.
the Arctic White.
Yeah. I have to
This is
clean
the
the
most
body.
I've
The
done in a
body's all
week.
dirty.
We can see what Jack had for dinner. So what did you have
That's
for
right.
dinner?
That's not dinner, mate. It's 3:17 p.m. here.
Stir fry, maybe?
Lunch.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
I should do the Arctic White in that camel. What do you reckon?
Yeah, what with the camel color the camel the camel
It'll
black
look
and
all right.
the
What's wrong with that? It'll look all right on that truck.
Oh, yeah.
It'll look all right. Why not? It's a big truck.
Pretty good.
I reckon it'll look all
You
right.
got to keep calling it Arctic when you do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Camel truck.
An
That's it.
Arctic
You might as
white
well
camel.
might as well nickname that
Arctic camel, mate.
You should call
Arctic
it
camel.
you should call it you should name it. This is my Arctic White. That's my name for it now, the Arctic White.
Yeah, Bicep boy said nothing's behind me when I stream, Melwell.
Yeah, it's just the
It's all
bedspread,
sitting on
mate.
your bed sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a wall behind him.
Yeah.
Another wall.
Oh, on the bed sheet.
Tony, when are you busting out that pulling sled for filming?
The what?
The pulling sled.
When are you busting out the pulling sled?
I have to have the right.
Are you having trouble hearing me, or was it me? I don't know. Anyone having trouble hearing me?
No,
I just didn't hear the pulling sled.
Oh.
I'm not sure when I'm going to pull that out.
Cool
Hopefully.
name. Those smoking motors. That's a cool name for it.
Yeah, somebody was asking me to sell them the files for it, so they could do it on theirs. So
Dave Innes, how you doing?
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
I just saw something that they had for a prototype that a Land Rover or Range Rover had, and they had a Defender 100. That means it was 10-inch longer wheelbase than the 90. They had a prototype that was like that, called the 100.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We also had one down under made from the Australian Army that was a Defender that I think they called it a Parenti or something. It was a modified Defender that the Army used.
Oh, I
So it
like
was
the Aurora
legit.
Borealis behind you.
Oh, yeah. That's what happens. You know, give it something calming to look at while someone listens to my irritating voice.
You know what? But you know what? They have. There's a different one for the lights in the south. I think that's Borealis.
Just so you can't see his shrimps.
It's
on the body.
Australis. It's Australis.
Yes. Yeah, the Australis.
Australis and Borealis.
Yeah. You would have the Australis.
Yes, we do.
That
Although
must be really far south.
What give it away, Brad?
What do you mean? What gave?
What give it away that he lives in Australia?
Why do you think they call it Down Under? Because it's really a place down under. Do you know what? You want to know something?
What are you talking about, Brett?
You know when the water levels on the planet are lower, you actually attach to Papua New Guinea. Did you know that? That's cotton attached to that.
Here we go. Back to the weather again.
There was an actual
land bridge.
There was a land bridge, but with the way the tides have been acting over the last decade, it's no longer you're no longer able to do it.
Oh, yeah.
You can't walk across anymore. It's not going to happen. You'll get eaten by sharks before you even get halfway across.
No, it would have to be another ice age for that to happen again.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But yes, there was a point where you could walk from Australia to Papua New Guinea. There was.
Yep.
But
is there any RC car for rally that comes from Australia, like for paint job or whatever? Is there any rally teams from Australia?
Yeah, there is. There's
a lot of camel teams from Australia.
Camel?
No. If you look up, what's his name?
I don't know. That's what I'm
that's
asking
what I'm
you.
trying to
Why are
think.
you asking me? I'm asking.
Hang on. I'll get it.
A lot of drifting and stuff. A lot of drifting and all in Australia.
Oh, not so much anymore.
Well, they still have that huge big event though. That fucking burnout.
That's for burnouts, but that's about it.
Drag racing's still very popular down there.
Everything's dying off, to be honest. What was it? Hang on.
Well,
we
I
have
know
the
you guys.
we have the best burnout event in the world. I don't care what anyone says. When someone that hits, that's when it happens.
I think it was Neil Bates that had the Aussie. Yeah, Neil Bates has a
Some of that. That's
Aussie.
correct, Bobby. That's right, brother.
You got
Neil
the
Bates
Toyota
has a good
Gazoo Australia
paint job.
team and a few others.
Yeah,
You
he's
still
going
have
back a
major
few years.
events for
That Bates,
drag
isn't he?
racing.
Yeah, Bates is a few years back. It's like possible.
Yeah, Bates goes back a while.
You still have actual drag racing events for actual cars, don't you? A lot.
Yeah, but everything motorsport is dying off in popularity. It's like ever since Holden and Ford basically pulled out of Australia.
Yeah, I understand that.
Your V8 supercars are now basically the same vehicle, just with a different body shell on top of it.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's why I stopped watching it.
Well,
yeah, I stopped watching it.
It's strange to say, but it is a hobby. It's an expensive hobby, the rally and all this stuff. It's a hobby. It's just like RC cars. It's a hobby, but it's like a wave. It's either you get at the beginning of the wave, or you get in the middle of the wave, or you get at the end of the wave, like depending what you get in. Some people were saying that Monster Truck died a long time ago, and then it came back, and then it died, and then it's coming back again.
Tony made it famous. Tony made it famous. Tony made it famous again.
Tony made it famous.
Or infamous.
Well, when I started RC, when I started doing proper RC, drift was all the scene.
Yeah.
Drift was the rage. You know, you had drift clubs here, drift clubs there, and drift died. It just stopped. No one drifted anymore.
Not in Asia, mate. In Asia,
it's still going.
Especially in Japan.
It's still going.
Your supercar races are still going, but right now I see you have Lexuses running in it now too.
Who knows?
Yeah.
No, you got drift going still, especially Japan and Germany.
Japan, they run for big money over there.
We've got it. It's going pretty strong here. Just my local area. It's not as close to me as it used to be, so I can't get there easy.
The other problem is what's happened down here is all of the RC tracks, like even the indoor hobby stores have died because of online shopping. So even the hobby stores that had tracks, they're gone. Like the track I used to race at is no longer in existence.
Well, it's
Magnet hobby shops here are rip-offs, mate.
It's sad to say, but you have to grow. It's sad to say, but the hobby store, when they stuck only to a certain brand or whatever, they have to evolve. It's just like anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but what also happened was the tracks that we used to have. So we used to have a track at Fairy Meadow, which was an online, like a on-road racetrack. It was demolished for a block of flats. So the council allocated land for racing RC cars has gone. You know, it's not like it wasn't used. It's just it's now.
You need to have a revolution like the Australians did in the 80s with BMX bandits. You know?
Oh gosh,
BMX tracks going.
BMX, gosh, I think we still have a BMX track here locally.
We've got 3 here still.
But mountain bikes are more the rage at the moment down here.
Well, what did you call your woman that was married to Tom Cruise? That was one of her first movies.
Nicole
Kidman. Yeah, Nicole Kidman.
Yeah,
she's not Australian. She's Hawaiian. She was born in Hawaii.
Yeah, but that was one of her first movies.
Oh, but she has an Australian accent though.
Yeah, she lived in Australia.
Don't start me on her father though. Don't start me on her father. He was a satanic prick.
I don't know.
But that's just it. We don't have many Australian actors at all, except for the Hemsworths and Hugh Jackman. That's about it. Russell Crowe, born in New Zealand. Mel Gibson,
a young guy
born in America.
There's a young
Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh, I can't even pronounce her name.
And do they drive RC cars?
She's gorgeous, that woman.
I know.
They must drift, eh? They must use a drifters.
Dude, I tell you who drives. Do you ever see Dax Shepard?
Yes.
His backyard.
Oh, yeah.
His wife built him a big RC track in the backyard.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
My dad taught him in middle school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, my wife told me if you want to build an RC track, a race track at the back, go right ahead. Like the back is yours. You can do whatever you want.
Did you see what I just did?
Yes.
No.
Don't crawl over
at the back.
In the lounge room.
You can't do anything at the back.
Hills to jump.
He bought some equipment.
You can't do anything at the back. You're not allowed to put any stuff on top.
Yeah, I got a whole area I can still put stuff.
Oh.
Wow.
I bought a tractor, front end loader,
Yeah.
backhoe.
A
Today,
real one
man.
or an RC one?
No, for real, a full
real one?
size.
You got a
Well, I
John
mean, it's
Deere.
a mini.
Grief.
See, this is the bloke that says he's never got any money and just bought a 1-to-1 scale tractor.
I never said I don't have any money.
Oh,
Yes,
he's
you
got
have.
money. He
You
makes a
said
good
it that
living doing
many
what he
times.
does.
I got no money. I got no money. You
Of
got
course not. He
plenty.
spends it as soon as he's got it.
You got
Yeah.
plenty.
He takes care of his bills in his house first.
I never said I don't have money.
I always thought you were better. You had money. You just didn't like to talk about it.
I'm not rich, but we're middle, happy middle
You
class.
live comfortably. You live comfortably.
Yeah,
we
you-
live very comfortably, but it could all go away in a heartbeat, man. Anybody.
That's right.
That's,
That's
right.
that's the thing about it.
Yep.
It sure can.
Yep.
I just need to take my
Oh.
kids. I just need to take my kids out of private school. I'll have fucking money.
Yeah,
It must
that's
cost a
true.
fortune over there, hey, in New York.
Yeah, I pay near enough 80,000 a year for 2 kids.
80,000.
Yeah,
That's insane.
That's like that's
80,000.
college. That's college money.
that's
Yeah,
not
but then-
college in America. That's for the 1 semester in America. So it is.
That's unbelievable.
New York, New
80,000.
Jersey is different when it comes to money, man. The
Yeah,
amount you got to spend up there is insane.
it is. It's freaking crazy. Like,
That's like 130,000 here.
yeah.
You got one extreme to the other here. I'm in an old double wide trailer out in Sun City, Arizona.
Believe it or
Yes.
not, we have double wides here in Ohio, in the county area too.
I used to live in a single wide trailer. It was
How do
just
you
a single
afford that,
trailer.
Sean? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
People
See,
people
I've
taking
always lived in places that couldn't be blown away by a tornado.
Yeah.
You know, I've always lived in places that couldn't be blown away.
Oh, yeah.
people are starting to
What
make shipping
tornadoes
containers
do we
into
get here?
houses.
When do we get tornadoes here? Little,
we
little
do.
bit of wind, bang, 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 and it goes
No.
away.
No, Jack, we had a tornado back in 2015 that took the roof off this house.
That's a
Um,
rarity to
Yeah,
have
but that's
tornadoes.
Oh,
a
it
rare
is.
occasion. It's a
They
rare-
do
you're not gonna get-
happen.
Like
I
overseas
don't- I
in
don't-
America.
I don't- yeah, I
Mate,
don't
they
live
get
in
it
the
bad over
capitals.
there.
Blow my door
Ah.
down, you know.
We
They
only
say
get
Bangladesh gets
F2s
them.
tops, F2, F3s. That's about it.
Yeah, when
Does
they get those twisters over there, it's all over.
Yeah.
I don't get
Bangladesh-
much of a tornado season here in Arizona, so
Bangladesh has them. They said that's like the only place in Asia that truly has that problem.
I've seen like this last couple of weeks. I've seen plenty of water spouts, but they've never made landfall. Never made landfall.
I saw water spouts when I was living in Florida. Those were
Mm.
cool to watch.
Oh yeah, it's just not so cool when you start seeing the fish falling out of the sky, making a
know.
lovely belly floppy noise on the water.
It's really bad when you're on a motorcycle and you see that.
Yep, I'll
You know,
agree to that. Being on a motorbike would be bad.
This past summer, we had high winds inland. We had 110 mile an hour inland winds that were at the bottom of Ohio that went all the way to Iowa.
Yeah.
That's I forgot the name for it, but it's a rare occasion when you get hurricane force winds on land.
Yeah.
On land, not by water.
So
Mm.
before we go any farther, I'm just going to put your link, Magnafield RC, in the chat here, just for you to get more subscribers. You're new here with us.
Yeah,
Yep.
People don't know who you are. So the link is there.
They'll
So
get to know me. Yeah.
go there to that link and follow that and sub to him. He will have more content. He used to have
Yep.
more, but he rebooted his RC.
Yeah, I wonder where his channel went until you brought it up in
Um,
the RC talk.
Well, the thing is, as I said, when you try to run a multi-topic YouTube channel, it doesn't
Forget it.
work.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
So
if-
you guys can see
for
the link in the
example,
chat.
if Tiny done something like that to his channel, he'll lose subscribers.
Yeah.
Multi-channel, you mean? Multi-thing?
Yeah, no. If he did other stuff on his channel other than RC, he'll lose subscribers.
That's
Probably.
exactly right. Yeah.
There's
'Cause
some
I
people
was-
actually make.
No,
I
he'll
started my
lose.
first channel. I started my first channel back in what 2007. That's when I started
Okay.
my first channel, and it was basically it was an RC channel to begin with, but then everyone's like, oh, you got to get into gaming. Oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to do that.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
the game is
oh,
different, though. Yeah, the make it or break it of game. You know, some people
Yeah.
get lucky.
oh, yeah. But it's also the fact that, you know, when you have too many hobbies, you've got to manage it properly.
Yep.
So now I've got a dedicated RC one just for the RC stuff.
Good.
So yeah, there'll be more content coming very, very soon on that channel too.
Yeah, more salt water happening, huh?
I'll drive it off into the ocean if you want me to.
The best video I've seen to do anything with water was when I saw IROC's video years ago.
IROC?
Yeah, that's the best I've seen.
Why, what did he do?
Completely submerged, and then he just came out to the shore. It was just awesome.
Yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem.
You know, he was once upon a time. He's disappeared again. He came back, and now he's disappeared again.
Yeah.
No, I've got my
enjoyed
channel
Tony's
truck
cooking-
going
Tony's cooking
full
channel.
submerged on an up and coming video.
Bomb. There's Tony's cooking channel.
What part of Australia are you from?
2.5 hours south of Sydney.
Oh, okay.
So I'm on the coast, but 2.5 hours south of Sydney. In the Shoalhaven. Shoalhaven is basically.
Nice.
Cool.
If you own a one scale four-wheel drive heaven is 45 minutes away. It's called Yarwell.
Yep.
Yarwell is amazing for four-wheel drive. It's cursed though, because I took my full-size four-wheel drive into Yarwell and broke all 4 shocks. So I had to get a lift kit put in. So yeah, Yarwell is amazing. It is really spectacular stuff. And that's what the new channel is going to be about, is me taking the RC to some pretty spectacular locations throughout the Shoalhaven.
Cool.
You know, from beaches to mountaintop lookouts, the whole lot.
The barbecue's
down there.
That's hilarious.
Start a quilting channel.
Yeah.
That's gold.
Since Brad is
Missed a
back,
bunch of the chat today,
mate.
but that was good to catch.
since Brad is back, we're going to start saying bye to everybody. So let's start
We'll wrap
with
it up.
Brad. Brad, you start saying bye to people.
Well, he's not in
Magnified.
yet.
Are you near any of the red sand dunes in Australia?
Keep
Oh,
it to
gosh,
like
no.
30 seconds, Brad.
Yeah, he
Gosh,
wasn't
no.
listening to us.
Brad, you had to say goodbye. You can
You
ask
got to
him.
say goodbye, Brad. We're leaving.
You can ask him that off air.
All right.
So you start with you. You say goodbye.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us,
Put you first.
everybody. I'm glad we had a big video conference today.
Big?
Yeah, it's bigger than usual. And I hope to see all of you next week.
Yeah, we have a full Brady bunch. Thanks, Brad, for joining in. Sean's RC Adventure.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for taking the time to stop by. Thanks for doing these every Thursday night, and thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Tony from CCXRC.
Yeah, great to be on these, Tank, and thanks for getting another channel going, whatever it took to get it back and going. You had a good long run going. I was worried it was going to be stopped by all that. So
Don't worry, huh?
Cool.
thanks for getting it going.
Not a
Keep it
problem.
going.
And you know there is professional that can help you with your dress, how you dress. So don't feel bad.
There used to be
can get
TV
help.
shows. I should try and get on it.
Let
can
you know
get
when you make it, Tony.
Yeah.
They got
Daisy
that
Froggy.
awesome girl on it that one time.
Thanks for the invite, Frank. I know I've been a little subdued, just still fighting this garbage. Just stay safe out there, everyone, and stay healthy.
Yeah, thank you. Trail Critter RC.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thanks.
That works.
I've been staying up too late. Thanks for inviting me, Frank, to Weather Talk. I mean, RC Talk.
Oh my God, he's really screwing it up.
You are truly screwed.
No, I meant that.
That was Freudian.
Yeah, that was directed at Brad. And we'll see you guys to the rest of the week.
Cool. Thank you very much. John Martin.
Thanks for having me, Frank. Even though I didn't say much, I've been sitting here wrenching on this car here.
No
But
problem.
go out and break something, folks. And
What did you say? Sorry, what did you say you've been doing? What with that car?
He took it all apart. He's rebuilding it.
I know. Oh, wrenching. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said
So
I
we
thought you
saw
said you were Frenching on the car.
See where your mind's at.
Yeah, that's what I was like, what?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
yeah, most of the night we saw John Martin's hat. So the top of his hat, that's what we saw of him tonight.
Yeah.
Axial Fest.
Yeah. Jack.
Am I last?
Yeah, no, you're not last. You're second last. I kept the 2 Australian for last.
You kept the 2 Australians for last, did you?
Yeah, you know, the
Thanks very
time
much.
time
Thanks for the
delay and all
invite.
that.
Thanks to the people in the chat. Hope you all have a good weekend and all this sort of stuff. And Tony, your favourite RC is on my channel, mate. You better get over there, all right?
Your favorite RC.
And Tank, I don't know what that question was, but there's an old present that I got, and it's one of those Zen stones, you see. So I thought, why not put it on the front of the SCX10? It looks good in slow motion. It keeps evil people away.
Magnify field, I see.
Magnified RC. Thank you so
Magnified.
much, Tank, for doing this. It's really great to get back into the whole RC hobby and being connected with all the small RC channels. And I actually believe the smaller RC channels offer the best content.
That's me.
Yep, definitely, Jack. You've got one of the best.
Forget CCXRC. Forget it.
You've
It's
got,
a big channel. He's a big channel now. Forget about it.
you've got one of the best CCO1 Land Cruisers I've seen, Jack. So
Stop talking about it. Otherwise, Brad's going to be over there giving me about 20.
I know, yeah.
Oh my God! No, John's going to give you crap.
No,
Shouldn't give you crap.
I actually, on his comments the other day, I said no sign of Brad.
Yeah, just like one of my titles on my thing said Sean would disapprove.
all right, but yeah,
that was
thanks
on
to
the
everyone.
FJ40, wasn't it? It was on the FJ40 video.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
But,
magnified.
Yep. Thanks to everyone, and I will catch you guys hopefully next week.
So we're always going to see you with the sunnies on?
Always, mate. Reflections are bad.
Reflections are bad, are they? Really?
Oh yeah.
My
can see the
camera went out
reflections in
for
the
some odd
sunnies.
reason. Oh, it's back. The camera went out, it blinked out and came back. It's weird.
Possibly.
You don't need to see it, Frank.
Yeah.
No, you went from the top corner to the bottom corner.
Yeah, I know it was weird, but anyways.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you guys next live RC chat.
Yeah, we usually still stay on. After that, we got what's called an after hour chat. That's when we can really swear at each other and say things.
No, I've had enough of giving it to Tony.
So
I've got to give him a good rest, my good friend over there.
So thanks a lot, guys, for popping tonight. It was a lot of fun time.
Hey, sorry, Tank. You didn't wish Tony a happy birthday, mate. You know, it was his birthday recently.
It's not a birthday show. This is not a happy birthday show. It's a
gave him a birthday shout out the last 3-4 years. What's the matter with you?
Well, tonight he's not getting one.
Well, I brought it up anyway. Happy birthday, Tony.
Because I don't think it's his birthday today. I think it was a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So anyway.
Tony doesn't get a whole show.
No, he doesn't get a whole show. It's not
he did once upon a time. I'm just saying, give him a shout out for his birthday.
Okay, Tony, happy birthday. You happy now?
No, that's a morning.
Shorty's one of your top guys.
Happy birthday.
I didn't want to be.
Tony.
Hey, Tony, you're getting too old, mate. You better change your dress code.
Come on, we're all middle-aged guys here, man.
Maybe we should all get together and get Tony.
Change his dress code, mate.
We should all get together and get Tony some real clothes so he can know how to dress.
Pink shirts are on the way, Tony.
That's what I think. But
Pink
anyways,
shirts are in the mail.
thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. We'll talk to you next week. And don't forget, keep those batteries charged and go out there and have some fun. And don't forget to break something, because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having fun. Ask Tony. Every time he goes out, he breaks something.
Yeah.
That's not fun, no.
Break it.
The American Talbot. The American Talbot.
It's not fun anymore.
It's not fun anymore. Thanks.
I burned up my gravedigger.
Did you?